I've heard good things about it. I think, if I recall correctly, I heard that this. I think it's Infinite has a little trouble with like a theming, sticking with a theme or sticking with one message. Tries to do. Oh,
Hi, Q.
rip Q. Oh no.
Welcome back.
He's back.
Is he?
There you go.
There we go.
No.
Beautiful.
Yeah, all right, cool. Interesting. Yeah, it's like Eat the Rich, right?
It's Eat the Rich. It does multiverse stuff. I think, if I recall correctly, it just sounds like a lot, and I like a lot sometimes, but I just haven't gotten around to that one.
That's fair.
Those are things I enjoy.
That was the one that I started, and then, like I do with some games, I got distracted.
That is me with Control. That became
is
way
Control fun? How is that?
I've played that one, maybe.
I really like it. It's doing cool things. Also, after the 700th time I've died, I decide that maybe I need to step away because I am not capable of doing this boss fight that is in 3 levels, and I've died on the first and second multiple times.
Oh dear.
I haven't played this game.
That was my experience with Elden Ring. I got to the first boss, and I think I tried him 50 times, give or take, before I was like, okay, maybe I should step away.
Did you make it to the Turtle Pope?
I did make it to. I did beat the game eventually. It took me a long time, but I had to get my friends involved for the first boss because it was my first Souls-like.
It's the only thing I know about Elden Ring is Turtle Pope.
It's Turtle Pope, yeah.
Yeah.
You could kill him, and he forgives you.
Well,
not something I know from experience because I would never do that. I'm not a monster. But
obviously,
there are people who tried.
I'd kill Turtle Pope, I think.
You would kill Turtle Pope?
I think so.
Just in cold blood?
Yeah.
Be like, just hey, look, the way's gotta go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially if I knew he would forgive me.
We are learning who the real monsters are.
In his last breath.
Sure, yeah. Okay.
I mean,
what else is he going to do with it?
It's good to know the kind of people I have at my table.
I'm just in my character's head.
Sure, I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are, Will.
Okay.
Booker would kill Turtle Pope.
Sure.
Booker would kill Turtle
things
Pope.
That you have done.
When we introduce our characters, we should rate them on a scale of how likely they are to kill Turtle Pope.
Okay. We'll do that as part of the introduction. Absolutely.
12 for Booker.
12 out of what?
12 out of 10.
Out of 10.
Oh,
12 out of 10. Yeah. Got an overachiever over here.
Yeah. That's a free character fact for you.
Not
you don't have to
would
spend
he kill Turtle Pope, he would go out of his way to kill Turtle Pope.
Turtle Pope. Yeah.
That's the only reason he booted the game.
Well, don't you have to go out of your way? Like, it's not part of the main.
No, it doesn't even tell you that you could attack and kill him.
Yeah. So you have to want it.
You do.
And you want that murder.
And
you want
Booker,
the murder.
To be clear, wants it.
But not Will.
Cool.
Nah.
No.
We're not here to talk about me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, we will be here to talk about you in just a minute when we do introductions.
I guess that's fair.
But I guess with that, I should kick us off. We didn't talk about who would be doing this. I will do this. There is a good chance words will come incoherently out of my mouth, but I'm going to try. Hi, we are on day 2 of Extra Life Weekend. This is our 4th game in the past 24 hours. We did not do a full night of streaming, but we have done a lot of streaming, and it has been incredible so far. We are raising money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Yes, was that the correct order? Vaguely? Sure. I tried. And we are doing it with a full team. We are almost at our goal, as you can see. So at any point during the stream, you can type !donate, which Will just did, and save me from doing it. Thank you, Will. Into the chat. And JT, do we have incentives for this?
Yeah, you know what? If you donate anything, I will do something mean to the players. Otherwise,
Okay. All
$10
right.
you can give them a forward, and $25 you can give them a reroll.
So,
Okay.
just to be clear,
Yes.
with this
Yes.
economy that you have created,
Yes.
whenever they donate any amount of money, bad things happen to us. But if it's specifically $10 or $25, we also get something good.
Yes. Both things occur.
Cool.
It's a net neutral at 10 and 25.
Sub $1 values. Does that apply to your rule? Just to
No.
clarify. Okay. All right, cool.
But if you donate less than $1, I'll give them +1.
This is the most unhinged economy that
Don't worry
I've ever
about
heard.
you know what? We'll scrap it. I hear what
No.
you're saying.
It's
No, I like
No, it's
no, I
$5
like
beautiful.
+1.
Embrace the chaos.
Yes.
Embrace the chaos. It's pre-caffeinated
Right.
I'm
JT morning.
gonna try to write it
Somebody-
out.
Don't expect this to make
Somebody's gonna
sense.
donate $6.90. Somebody's gonna donate $6.90, and I'm here for it, honestly.
If someone
Uh-huh.
donates $6.90, I don't know what's gonna happen, but something will happen, and I'll figure it out in the moment.
I was gonna say, just be aware that if you donate $6.90, it's gonna be in Canadian dollars, and it's not gonna show up on screen as $6.90. But that's not true because
You
we're
can put it in
fundraising
though.
an extra
Yeah.
life.
This was
Right.
$6.90.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not Rainbow Railroad.
Yeah. Exactly.
Not today.
Incredible. You know what? It's early. This is unhinged. I'm gonna go with the chaos. I'm not going to continue our spiel. If you've ever been here, you know what happens if you subscribe. If you haven't been here, you might find out at some point during the stream. That'll be a fun surprise for all of us. And I think with that, I'm gonna turn the reins over to JT.
Oh no, I've heard this so many times. I don't remember what to do. Hi, I'm JT. Tonight we will be playing Scum and Villainy. I'm going to introduce my players, and we can come back to me at the end because that's how I remember it being done. So we're going to start on my right here on screen. We're going to start with Q, please.
Oh, JK. We're getting there. Hi, it's
Find the right
me.
button.
I believe in you. I have every faith in you. I'm Q, Midnight Inc. Midnight _ INQ. Q is my name. I'm sure you get it. Today I'm going to be playing Harvey Specter, the Scoundrel Playbook. You know, he's just here for a good time. One last time. Let's go.
Does he practice law?
He does not. That's his cousin.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and a scale of 1 to 10 on how likely he is to kill Turtle Pope. He's probably about a 7. Depends on who's paying and how much.
Okay, so like incentivized.
Yeah, no, gotta have incentive.
Right on.
Incredible.
Yeah, I'm gonna move on to JD.
Yeah, Justin, fucking grip
Since
it,
it's
rip it,
button on the
baby.
list.
Slop that down, dude. Shit, yeah, dude. Crack
Rip it
one
and
for the
rip it,
big
baby.
boy.
Thank you, Jerica.
Yes. Wait, what does $25 mean again?
it
means
You guys,
one of
you
us
guys
gets a
can
reroll.
reroll pool.
Cool.
Cool. What was $10 again?
You get +1 die to your roll.
Okay. I thought
You don't have to.
I thought any denomination less than $1.
Any denomination less than $1 will increase your roll result by 1.
By 1.
So like
okay,
if
cool.
you
Not
if
plus
you
1
roll
die.
your pool and you roll like a 3, you can increase that to a 4.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Cool. Jerica does say that she doesn't want anything bad. So
well, sorry, you donated any amount.
JT's hands are tied.
Amazing.
My hands are tied. I don't
They
make the rules. I don't make the rules.
Even though technically you did. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, but it's out of my hand. It's locked in, right?
Yeah,
The market-
Oh,
that's
you're right.
true. What's
Yeah.
out in the world? You can't take it back.
All right, who is next, JT? Do you want me to go next?
Yes, please.
Cool. All right, now I know which button is the right button, and that is a good thing. Hi, I am JD. You can find me on the internet at JD, not Jason Dean. Today I am playing Arden, and they are the Stitch playbook. As for where they would rank on that scale of whether or not they would kill Turtle Pope, I don't know enough about Elden Ring to answer that. I'm going to say 3.
So, like, for those who don't know, Turtle Pope is just a really nice character and is a turtle in a Pope hat.
Is he?
Just like a giant tortoise in a Pope. Yes. He does nothing but give you nice things the entire time and say nice things to you.
Okay, never mind. I'm going to retcon that. The answer is 0. I will adopt Turtle Pope.
Like, the big deal about killing Turtle Pope is that he literally has never done anything wrong in his life, and that's 100% true, and I mean it.
Then why would you do that?
I don't think
do
we
not
know his
understand.
life.
But we're gonna move on to Will to hear Will's character.
Sure.
Turtle Pope rating.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Will. I'm one of the storytellers here at Live from the Apocalypse. I guess we'll probably talk about the other Live from the Apocalypse stuff at the end. Today, I am playing Booker, who is the Mystic playbook, just Booker, and he has an interesting past. He's just like, a little, kind of like a farmer guy, Been a farmer for the last, several years. But on a scale of 1 to 10, 12, he would kill Turtle Pope 12.
I still don't like the implication that Booker would go out of his way to kill Turtle Pope.
We didn't
just
say we were going to explain our answers. We just said we were going to give answers.
No, I'm just expressing my confusion with.
I'm just expressing my concern.
I mean, I'm fine.
Yeah. Well, one of our subscribe incentives is we don't kill dogs if you don't subscribe. So,
Dogs.
Booker being 12 out of 10 on the killing Turtle Pope scale is not a far cry from that. I don't know
much in this world, but I know Turtle Pope is not a dog.
It's basically a dog. It's like a dog of the river.
That is a way to describe a turtle.
River dog.
Depends.
That's what turtle means, actually.
Okay.
It is, yeah.
All right.
It's French.
Seals are sea puppers. Turtles are river pups. Okay. Got it. Okay.
And gators are swamp puppies.
That makes sense. That would make sense.
I guess that's it then, right?
Game over.
Yeah, I guess you did introduce yourself, so yeah.
I did say I was JT, and I feel like it's pretty obvious the role I serve you.
Scale of 1 to 10.
Scale of 1 to 10? Me personally, or like the galactic hegemony?
Well,
sure.
Take your pick, I guess.
The galactic hegemony would kill Turtle Pope on like a 30 out of 10.
Hell yeah.
Scale.
Hell yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Well, okay, so here's the thing, right? Turtle Pope is a wholly good force, and the galactic hegemony can't have that because it's a capitalistic system. It's a hegemony of corporations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is the setting that we find ourselves in today. A vast galaxy out there, folks. There are freighters moving through the stargates. There are corpos doing business outside of public eye. Business that is shady in and of itself, but white-collar crime doesn't mean much of anything when you're the one setting the rules. Which is why most folks in the galaxy nowadays turn to a variety of mercenary works and smuggling and going where the real money is. Because while corpos may set and enforce rules with the hegemony security force, they also want their goods. And so they'll hire various miscreants and scoundrels that the hegemony has publicly set aside to do jobs for them. Sabotage this other corporation for the sake of my investors. Go fetch me this priceless artifact of the way. Go and sell this information so that it goes public before they can get their patent out. Stuff like that. And people will form crews around this to make their way in the galaxy, bypass the security force of the hegemony, and live as luxurious a lifestyle as they can. And we sort of move into a certain decrepit, junky looking station wherein lies a bar. This bar is rusted and empty, save for one droid bartender cleaning glass. And that is all they seem to be doing at the moment. But behind them, behind a door and down a hallway, down some stairs deeper into the station, we see a small planning room, an empty war room with pictures of good jobs and celebrations left behind. There is a small box sitting on the planning table. Solid black cube from one last job gone wrong. It begins to blink. Pulses of light begin to beam out of it. But we're going to zoom out and zoom away as we move across the galaxy. Booker, would you be so kind as to tell me what dream you are having of your old crew?
I don't think Booker dreams often. And when he does, it usually means something. So I think in this instance, because he is so plugged into the way and connected to kind of that universal like unconsciousness, what he dreams of is I think what he dreams of is them in pain. And I don't know that he can tell much more than that.
Absolutely delightful. That will.
Wait, no, let me change.
Oh,
Hold
yeah,
on.
go ahead. No, go ahead. Absolutely.
Cool, thanks, Will.
Yikes. Yikes.
I thought we were all going to get to do a dream. I didn't know that, like.
You're all going to get to do a dream.
Oh, okay, cool. Then that's fine. Yeah, my answer stands.
You're all in pain?
Delightful.
Delightful.
I think they're all in pain.
Yeah. No, that definitely shocks you awake as it comes your turn to feel pain. You are left with a very brief, very severe migraine as you wake up with a notion, a feeling. You feel as though, and you swear this couldn't be the case, and yet it seems to be, that you've been called back to your old hideout over on Calamari. The name of the Junker Station. It's a former smuggling outpost and heaven of miscreants abandoned since your last job with your crew. And who do we see wake up? Describe your character. Tell us what happens, what he does.
Booker is a man of average height, pretty average appearance. He kind of looks nondescript, but in a calculated sort of way. So he has like brown hair that is longer than I think he's ever let it be in his life before this. Probably is like down to his shoulders, maybe. He has brown eyes that are very dark, almost black, but still, in the light, when the light hits them correctly, brown, and they're very sharp, generally speaking. But currently, looks like he hasn't slept well in some time. little bit of stubble. He is physically in like perfect shape. Not like a not like a bodybuilder or anything, but just like physically, like he looks like he is just physically active, and takes care of himself. And currently, I think he is dressed very plainly. Well, he's waking up from a dream, so I think as he starts to go about his day, he dresses himself very plainly, very sort of nondescriptly. He's in kind of his home is kind of a cabin sort of thing. As I mentioned, he is a very innocent, like farmer type, like a settler colonist on a planet. So it's a little bit frontiersy out here where he lives.
Absolutely delightful. And of course, do you act on this urge?
I think he will sort of like sit up. He gets dressed and takes a moment, sits on his bed, kind of sighs to himself, and then like moves into a cross-legged position, closes his eyes, starts doing some deep breathing, some meditation, thinking about what it is that he's going to do or wants to do. And eventually, yeah, he is going to sigh to himself again and stand up and walk over to a trunk that sits at the foot of his bed and open it. And despite some of the descriptors that I used earlier and his appearance, the trunk is full of weapons and like some armor pieces and devices and things like that. And I think chief amongst them is a sword, kind of a strange looking blade that is single edged on one side, almost looks like a katana, but is straight, does not curve at all, and is a little bit thicker, especially down towards the base. And he kind of hefts this with a very familiar hand. He feels the weight, and he does some like very casually, just to sort of test it, does a very complicated like a kata, you would say, like runs through just a series of maneuvers and cuts and like defenses and things.
Absolutely.
And he's going to pack all of that up and figure out how to get to Calamari, I guess.
Absolutely. Not horribly difficult. There are people that will take anyone anywhere. Smugglers who drive various freighters with uh, unscannable compartments sort of deep within the bellies of their ships for a small fee, which you are not lacking right now after the last job. Um, you can get there relatively easily, but we'll go ahead and pull away from Booker, and I will sort of pan us over. Hey, come on, come say hi. Up? No? Okay.
Rude. What a tease.
Come on.
Tater, you can't squeak like
He's
that
just
and then
looking at
refuse to
me.
show your face.
There he is. Hey, buddy.
The boy.
There he
The
is.
potato.
My precious boy.
Yes.
The bane
That
of my
tail flick.
existence, this cat. Yeah. His tail's
Bless the
always
stream.
moving. Where was I? We're gonna move over to Harvey. Why don't you go ahead and tell me what kind of dream you're having about the old crew?
Oh, um, I think Harvey sees the crew on a beach, like a beach planet, relaxing after a job well done. All of them just sort of enjoying a nice little vacation after a bounty well earned. Uh, Harvey's got a drink in one hand, something he's smoking in the other. Not entirely sure what. It's a good time. I mean, he's got his hat over his head to block the sun.
it's sort of in this dream space. You feel a not really a pat, but like a backhand, like relaxed slap on your shoulder.
Mm,
Uh, and you peer over, and Hector's there. Um, Dashing gentleman, full beard and slicked back hair. Uh, Somehow, beard unkempt as his looks extraordinarily professional, despite everything everyone else seems to believe to the contrary. Uh, and he goes, "Hey Harv, you ready for one more go?" And then you wake up, and within you is this notion that you have been beckoned, called. Uh, you have a desire to see the old hangout.
mm. And Harvey's going to get up from whatever bar table he was knocked out at. He's going to pick up the hat of the person knocked out next to him. And he's going to head out.
Absolutely.
Harvey is tall, athletic, also not bodybuilder, very, a life form, very quick, very fast. He's got dark hair that he keeps short, cut at the sides, nice little fade going on. He's got on his left hand, like from the fingers all the way up, um, which is the side he keeps his gun on. He is dressed relatively well. Like the clothes are nice, but he's definitely had them for a while. And he's got a casual stride, a very, confident, hey, I'm walking here sort of vibe. And he's going to make his way to a ship that he borrowed.
Make your way back to your borrowed ship, and as you sort of enter the ship and it begins to kick on at your presence, uh, you hear the security personnel behind you shout, "Hey, you, get back here!" Uh, and you're able to take off before they can get to
Yeah.
you. As you leave another station behind, and we'll sort of, as you leap into quantum space, we'll zip on over to Arden. What dream are you having about the old crew?
Arden is walking through what almost looks like a museum. There are different items on pedestals. And as they stop at each one, there is a glimpse in their mind as they touch it of one of their teammates. They are primarily comprised of memories of them, moments that they shared together on jobs, moments that they saved some of their lives. And it is with a degree of sadness, but also relief because they have not had to use their medic abilities since things went so wrong on that last job. They have stepped away from that entirely. And they have been focused on what their actual interest is, which is learning about the esoteric and preserving as many objects of power that they can. Oh no, JT, you are muted.
Fuck. It was bound to happen at some point today.
I blame Tater.
It is Tater's fault, truly and thoroughly. You sort of move through this museum, um, and for every step that you take, you can hear the echo of the step behind you, uh, because they're never too far behind, are they? And you sort of look around and explore this place, and you come to a spot you haven't seen before at the very end of the hall, and it is holding an artifact that you've never seen before either.
And Arden tilts their head and says, "You're not supposed to be in here." But they're curious, and so they can't help but walk towards it.
Yeah, you move towards it, and the footsteps behind you pick up the pace as well. Um, you sort of reach out to touch it, and you get flashes of every good time your old crew has had in the past before you guys left off. Um, Hector is in each and every one, and almost all of them are your celebrations in the bar. And you wake up. If you would describe your character and tell us where we find you.
Arden is disconcerted by that because, well, it wasn't obvious initially. That last artifact that they touched makes it obvious. Hector had not appeared in their memories a single time, almost as though he'd been cut out entirely when they were looking at the other artifacts. And so they wake up somewhat rattled because they have done their best to not think about that last job and Hector at all. Arden is about 5'6". They have red curly hair that is cut just a little bit off the nape of their neck because they hate it when the hair touches their neck. So it's trimmed right to that point. They have green eyes, and as they start to get dressed, the best way I can describe it is they have the energy of Evie, but the style of Rick O'Connell from The Mummy, and are very much like decked out to be able to move around environments and like for rougher terrain. Um, as they are getting dressed, their hand falls on a doctor's coat, and they just stand there for a moment, their hand almost closing around it, and then they almost have to force their fingers to let it go and step back.
You feel a sort of twang of anger as you step away from the doctor's coat. Um, as you sort of get the
I,
impression that they're asking, you feel it too, don't you?
I don't need that anymore. I haven't needed that.
If we're going back, you're going to.
Who says we're going back?
You know you can't ignore that. You want to know what's at the end of that hall.
Okay, yes, maybe I do. Fine, I'll take the coat.
Good.
And they do. They take the coat off the hanger, tuck it under their arm.
Absolutely delightful. We zip back out into the great wide galaxy and move back into the Calamari decrepit station. Truly abandon all hope, all ye who enter here vibes, as chunks of it are just floating out in space and certain wards have been sealed off. but we see 3 ships enter the proximity at once as they find the one last section of docking ports that aren't sealed away from the life support systems. And the 3 of you step out.
Oh boy. So it wasn't just me.
Never is.
I mean, well, has been for a little while, so. Booker,
Harvey.
you look like shit. Arden, good to see you again.
You look
Good to see you
worse.
as well.
I think you mean better.
How
As
have
he
the two of you been?
Well,
Yeah, I've been busy.
that a different hat?
Yes. You like it?
No.
Good.
This is going to be fun.
What is this?
I have no idea. Either of you have a dream?
More of a feeling than a dream?
Mine was definitely a dream.
Yeah. I don't hear from him often. Yeah? But Hector wanted to do one last job.
Hector's
And
dead.
yes.
Hector can't lead us on one last job.
Well, not
We're all
exactly
here.
true.
We're all here at the same time.
It is at that moment that you guys hear someone down the way clear their throat.
there's an immediate like hand to where his gun is.
Yeah, both of
Gonna
them.
look over. Uh-huh.
Booker with the sword. Same.
You see a put together woman, short, blonde, glasses, too clean to live in a place like this. She has a small briefcase. Are you 3 Hector's friends?
Are you?
Depends who's asking.
Sorry, my name is Jelena. I was Hector's off the books lawyer. Sort of a make problems go away kind of gal. On retainer. He requested I deliver this, and she sort of holds up the briefcase, on this day at this time to you 3.
And when did he do that?
About 6 months before he passed.
I'm just gonna look at Arden and then Booker.
Why not just. Why wait for years?
It's important as a lawyer to make sure that your clients' wishes are followed to the letter.
Sure. No, I'm not asking you why you waited.
Yeah, it's not for you.
Why did Hector want you to wait? What's so important about this day at this time?
Oh, I didn't
Obviously
ask.
something. I mean, if he knew he must have known. He must have known he was going to die. If he put this in His will, he must have known that he wouldn't be here to deliver it to us. I mean, 6 months before his death, that seems suspicious, and there must have been something he'd known.
Seems purposeful. We'll take it.
She does not approach. She sets it down on the ground. And then she turns and she walks into this station.
Okay. All right. Shall we hit up our old haunt?
I don't think Booker's going to say anything, but I think he will follow the lawyer. What was her name? Jeanette?
Jolena.
Jolena. Is she going to our hideout was on Calamari, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Cool. If you're following her specifically, are you grabbing the briefcase?
I will grab the briefcase.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you sort of follow her, and she stops at the old cantina, the bar, and she takes out an access card with Hector's name on it, and she slides it, and the door creaks a little bit as it tries to open, and then it jars open as rust and dust and what appear to be shards of welding metal just drop to the ground as she sort of steps aside and gestures for you all to enter. I'll be taking the transport ship that you brought over here back to my offices. If any of you ever need a make problems go away lawyer on retainer, I happen to have a client slot free.
And have for years.
Nope. I've been getting residuals from Hector since he died to ensure you got that briefcase. No working off the
Strange.
clock, am I right?
Right. Exactly. Thanks, Jelena. I'm sure I'll be in touch. I don't know about these other two.
I don't need a lawyer. I've never done anything wrong ever in my life.
Nothing provably wrong, and that's what matters.
Correct.
And she will sort of scuttle off. So you guys are left to the old bar.
Okay. There's that one robot that's wiping glasses.
Yep. He sees you enter. His name is Javier.
Okay.
That's just what Hector called him. He's got an official designation, but he looks up and sees you three enter. Ah, welcome back. I suspect you'll be having the usual.
Make it a double.
Of course, sir. He sort of creaks and pivots on an axis that it seems like he hasn't used for a while. The glass he has is spick and span.
You just been in here the whole time cleaning glasses?
Of course, I can't leave.
That seems wrong.
Pulls out 4 glasses. He pours a double for you, Harvey, and then singles for Arden and Booker. Oh, I don't mind. This is what I was built to do.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there, and I simply do not have enough alcohol in my system. Into the room.
So, what's in it?
Mm-hmm.
You guys go down to the old meeting room. This is where Hector would pitch jobs to you guys. So enthusiastic as well. He always seemed to get very excited whenever there was an opportunity to do anything or make any money. You guys enter, and you sort of pass by all the old photographs of you guys celebrating, having a good time, uh, playing with any artifacts that you had found in the field before turning them in. You remember finding a training artifact of some kind. That day that you guys found a weapons cache within some sort of old temple that an old information broker hired you guys to go get. And of course, Hector's favorite job, Gold Bar Heist. One of the first jobs you guys ever pulled together, sticking it to one of the worst corporations in the galaxy. And then there's the product of your last job, a small black box pulsing with a strange blue light sitting on the table.
I'd like to go to the pulsing box.
Absolutely. You sort of begin to approach, and as you do, Arden, you see the box begins to sort of separate into a 3x3 of smaller black cubes. All of them still pulsing synchronously. And you get closer, and it sort of begins to expand outwards. And you can see within the center cube is not cube shaped. It's actually shaped more like a D8 for reference shape. And it seems like it was just sort of sealed in there. Each of the cubes around it has pieces etched out so that it would fit within the cube itself. But it is just floating there. It's the only thing not pulsing in this cube.
I would like to pick it up.
Yeah, you reach in and you grab it, and it takes just a little bit of effort to pull this thing out, as it seems to sort of be magnetically suspended there. But you pull it, and the rest of the cube collapses. And you've got just a little black shard of mystery artifact and a briefcase.
Um, good.
Interesting.
We're gonna check the briefcase first. Make sure nothing's wrong with it.
Yeah, absolutely. If you would like to, you can go ahead and roll me a study roll, Harvey.
Heck yeah. I put stuff in study. Let's go. That's a 6.
That's perfect and exactly what you need. And I'll go ahead and mark down a gambit for you guys since you succeeded on a roll you didn't use a gambit.
Sweet. Also, we start with 1.
You start with 3 actually. I gave your ship lucky,
Oh,
so you start
oh
with
yeah.
3 instead of 2. And those gambits you can spend during risky, etc. You check this briefcase.
Yeah.
And it's not trapped or anything. Hector would never do that to you.
Fair, but it's always good to check.
Of course.
So just open that bad boy up.
Absolutely. You open it, and inside is a cred stick, a starship key, and a small docking port for an object that looks like it ought to be D8 shaped.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
What's
in
the
the
shape
box?
of money, keys, and a spot for something to go in?
Oh, like this? And they hold it up.
Yeah, seems like it.
Yeah, that came out of the cube.
Of course it did.
You pick up the small receptacle thing and you offer it up. And I'll say with a perfect study roll as well, Harvey, you notice that there's a small compartment on the base of the briefcase.
Oh, of course. We're gonna check that compartment too.
You click that open, and inside is Hector's favorite gun.
Oh, okay. Well, that's it.
Small energy revolver, the letters Lina etched into the side. Lina, because Hector always dreamed of retiring to North Carolina, despite it not existing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Earth has long since been made uninhabitable by the hegemony, but it was his dream.
Couldn't
Arden?
stop that man in his dreams. All right. Yeah. So, D8 receptacle. Let's go.
Yeah, you put it in, and it begins to sort of vibrate just a little bit. Set it down on the table, and the top pyramid of this shape sort of splits open, and a little holographic image is projected. One of Hector, who is in a room. It appears to be a study of some kind, but it's not any place that you guys have ever seen. And he looks quite disheveled. I have done a lot of research during our jobs, all of them leading up to something, some great big thing, some we can finally retire job. One last job, truly. And then when we found this, my suspicions were confirmed. So I have taken the liberty of using some of our older artifacts, the ones that we never turned in, to uh, imprint this place, this message, so that you three, whoever's left of the crew, can go get something back for us. A small box containing a device called an echo. My theories are correct, and I believe they are. Death is only the beginning. Death is only the beginning of everything. It is the beginning of sending you just a little bit to the left. With the echo, you don't have to stay that way. Find the corpo who hired us to get it. I think his name was Jones. Uh, Something with the Armistice Corporation, weapons dealers. He was a collector of sorts. Very rude, high life type. Um, Very high security position. He knows where he keeps it, of course. It's not going to be on site, and it probably won't be in his home, but you guys can figure it out. Get in, get the information, and get the echo. You'll be rich. You can retire. You could be done together, and maybe, just maybe, you'll figure out where to go from there. I had big dreams for all of you, and I'm sorry that my death was necessary for this to happen. But all's well that ends well, right? As long as the plan comes together. And hopefully, if you're seeing this, it has. So, I adore each and every one of you. Don't be too serious. Remember, death is only the beginning. And the message shuts off. The little pyramid top closes again. And it sort of disintegrates.
So I
Okay.
love that.
I'll be honest, I hate that. I hate that a lot. Was he talking about resurrection? Part of that sounded like bringing him back or something. Maybe.
Or something.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, is it wrong that I kind of want to do that just so I can kill him myself?
Certainly feels like opening a door I'm not sure any of us want opened.
Who's to say that door isn't already open?
Well, he's not here.
No, he's not.
But that's not to say other people haven't already done it, especially if this echo thing already exists.
Hmm.
Mm. Now, I do like the being rich part. That I do enjoy.
I mean, I feel like we kind of owe it to Hector to at least try.
Do we? Do we? Because it seems like he set this up.
Yes, and I don't like that. I don't like that at
Right.
all. But
He owes us. Also, he said 3, so he meant us, which means he didn't even invite Mags.
maybe they were busy.
I mean, we don't know where they are. They might be dead too.
Wow, that was dark, Booker.
I mean,
It's not dark, it's just
Booker.
effect.
Like we haven't. Like I know it's been a while, Arden. That's how he talks.
I thought maybe
Am I
he would have
wrong?
grown in a couple of years.
Oh, you mean he would have learned to sugarcoat things? No, probably not.
Not everything is always death. That's all I'm saying.
I
I
didn't
mean
say they were
everything.
dead. I just said that they might be dead. They're
And
not here.
you could have chosen anything else other than death. You could have said they're raising animals. You could have said that they got a lucrative job on a ship and they're exploring the galaxy. Like, they could be doing so many things that aren't being dead.
We all found different lives. And we're still here. So why wouldn't they be? Unless.
Yeah. Harvey's gonna finish his double. It's gone.
You finish off your drink. The room feels quiet, even though you've all been talking. It feels as though, despite your anger, you've been left without a piece of the conversation at this point. But you have been left with a room of information about your old jobs. Hector was a very arduous file keeper, because he never wanted to forget anything. And you've also been left with a starship key, something to ping and beckon for the Raven's Edge to come and find you.
All right. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go drain the snake. When I come back, we should look at everything we have around us. He said each of our jobs gave him more clues, which means they're all still here. So let's see if we can follow his breadcrumbs and figure out what the hell he's talking about. Sound good?
We're already here.
I've missed your enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see. I think there are rules for doing group roles. Group roles.
Cool beans. And I do actually need to go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay,
Please hold.
absolutely. Wait. Is there anything you two would like to talk about?
I mean, I think Arden is already walking around the room and just starting to look at things and just seeing if anything jumps out to them. After their last interaction with Booker, they're ready to take some space and they're not feeling super comfortable with this conversation about resurrection and life after death. And I think they just kind of at some point unconsciously like reach a hand to their shoulder, almost like they're reaching for someone or something, because they hear those footsteps behind them. They know they're there.
You do feel kind of a hand pressed back on yours. It's not real and it's just like pressure basically, but it's there.
Oh, what do they look like? Because since they're there, I see them, right? Because they're there, so I see them. What do they look like? Since they're there,
Do you see ghosts?
maybe.
Maybe.
I was going to say, I mean, I feel like if Harvey asked that, I'd be like, you just see Arden putting their hand on their shoulder, but
No, yeah, I don't.
I'm not sure with the mystic.
If I looked, maybe, but I don't think there's any reason for me to. Like, I mean, maybe I could sense some kind of like presence if that's a thing. I could roll a tune.
Yeah. No, you. I wouldn't even make you roll for that one. That's an easy one for you. You're in tune with things that normal people aren't even aware of. You do know that Arden has always had a sort of doubling feeling about his spirit.
Interesting. You've been alone all these years?
No, I've actually mostly been in cities renting rooms where I could. Plenty of people around.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, were you wondering if I'd been dating someone?
What
Not
about that?
exactly. I was just chatting with Arden here about the solitude of the last several years since well, we
Oh,
all went our
right.
separate ways.
Oh, Arden, you seen somebody?
I mean, I've seen a couple of people. It's been years, but I'm never in one place long enough for things to go anywhere.
Sure.
Oh.
Seeing, hearing.
Something you trying to say, Booker? No?
That's a weird way to describe dating.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
Have
So,
you been seeing anyone?
Me? No. I mostly keep to myself. You know me.
Must get lonely sometimes.
Sometimes. Sure. But it's quiet. I like the quiet.
So, you guys are going to search the meeting room, the files.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to do a group action, a group study roll. So one of you will be leading the charge. Whoever has the best study, or whoever you would reason would be leading this sort of search. And the way that this works is each PC who's involved makes an action roll using the same action, and the team counts the single best result as the overall effort. However, the character leading the group action takes 1 stress for each PC that rolls a 1 to 3.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I have 1 in study.
I also have 1.
I have 2.
Looking like it's you, Arden.
Okay.
Everybody go ahead and roll. Remember, you do have a reroll as well.
And if you have 1 point in something, you roll 2 dice, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you always roll 1, at least. Okay.
Nice.
Do 1s mean anything?
You just want to look for the highest roll.
Cool. 5.
Also 5.
Also 5.
Delightful.
Let's go.
It's a partial success all around, truly. You guys first you find the file with Jones. That is Clint Jones, one of the security heads of the Armistice Corporation. The Armistice Corporation is a weapons dealer in the hegemony, and he is described in the employee file that Hector had saved as eccentric, eclectic, and not often all there. A bit of a temper and very paranoid. There's a reason they made him head of security, after all. The people with the best guns and the most security are often the most paranoid. So, his office and his home, highly armed, highly secure. Not easy to get into to get this information. Before you guys can go through the rest of the files, you sort of hear upstairs above you, so not in the bar necessarily, but in the station, you hear the clanking of boots, almost a rhythmic marching.
That
That
doesn't
feels
sound good.
not great.
No. All right, pack everything up. See if we can call the Raven.
Do you activate the starship key?
Yeah.
You pack up the file and you pack up the rest of the stuff that Hector left you. And you hit the call button on this little fob, essentially, and behind you in the meeting room, the little screen wall sort of slides open to reveal an airlock, a secret hidden airlock underneath the station. Because the gravity engines are still active enough, it's not going to be a downfall. But presented right before you is Raven's Edge, Hector's favorite ship.
There's our girl.
She's been sitting here the whole time.
I missed her.
Yeah, I think we all did, really. We should go.
Yep. You guys make your way into the ship. It is well kept, surprisingly, for how long it's supposedly been sitting here. You see that Jolena has left a business card on the table of your sort of galactic map, and you see that Hector's also left you his secret weapon, a series of dark hyperspace lanes. Not monitored by the hegemony, makes it a lot easier to get around when you're smuggling very illegal artifacts out and about. So, you're able to undock. Who flies? Your pilot is dead.
I
Uh,
could do it.
I think I also could.
I can't.
No, Arden's not a pilot.
Q, did you put stuff in helm?
Yes,
I put 1.
I also put 1.
Cool.
I love us.
Me too. I don't have a preference. It doesn't seem like the kind of thing the Booker would volunteer to do.
Okay, that's fair, and I think Harvey absolutely would.
Yep.
Yeah, you kick her on. The energy dampening fields around it sort of kick on automatically. These sort of help prevent you from being detected at far range as an active ship in a system. And you undock from Calamari to move out and hit one of the dark hyperspace lanes. As you move out, you see that hegemony security force has docked at the station, and it seems like they were boarding to sort of do a sweep. And you guys kick it into hyperspace to head off on your job. Before we go to break, there's one last thing I need you guys to do.
Sure,
Let me see
JT.
if I can find it in
Sure.
the book here.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, what that
because
means.
because of the way that Fortune the Arc works and the way that Scum and Villainy specifically, as it's space heist, the planning doesn't happen on screen. That's silly. Nobody wants to watch a bunch of guys plan until they're halfway through the mission, so that we can see all the twists and the double crosses and the flashbacks. So in Scum and Villainy, all you're going to do is you're going to tell me what kind of plan you want to do, and you're going to tell me the key detail. What are you after here? There are 6 plans listed in the book, but if you would like to make up one, that's fine. I'm just going to list them off for you here. There is assault, deception, infiltration, mystic, social, and transport.
Infiltration, maybe?
Infiltration. It's true. There's only 3 of us. While I would love to do an assault, it's not happening. Okay, so infiltration seems like the way to go, though mystic could be fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, like I already said, my base concept was, Jesper just in space. So there's a little tie to the mysticism here. You are who you are, Booker, and then we have whatever's going on with JD.
Everything's fine.
Whatever's happening with Arden. So we could play into that, though. Infiltration, like I said, infiltration or mystic would be the 2 that I would think.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I'll say this. This is going to have 2 parts. It's going to have 2 planning phases. The first is to get into Jones's office to find out where he's keeping the thing, and then the second half is actually retrieving the thing and figuring out what Hector wanted you to do with it.
Gotcha.
So
infiltration,
you're going to get 2 chances
and then mystic.
Infiltration and then mystic sounds like.
Absolutely. And so I imagine your key detail here is learn where the echo is. That is beautiful and perfect. So I think with that, we are going to go ahead and go to break here real quick. Get everyone a chance to stretch their legs, go to the bathroom, get new beverage if needed or desired. Thank you all for joining us for the first half of this delightful one shot. It is going to get more chaotic from here, just as a fact.
Fuck yes.
by virtue of the way the game is, and also the way I am pre-caffeinated, it's gonna get weird.
I should get caffeine.
Caffeine, yes. Caffeine, good.
Yes.
Caffeine,
weird,
good.
yes.
So,
and yeah, we'll be back in 10 minutes for chaotic caffeinated weirdness.
Had 2 seasons, but that was very like a conscious decision on my part. I like the season format. Like, we're about to finish the first season of Academy H. And that kind of makes sense because it's a podcast, but also, yeah, I have ideas for a second and third season of Class Reunion, but we'll see. That's been going for like almost 30 episodes, and we're not anywhere close to finishing the first season.
Yeah.
So we just never stop, and
So we
that's
just never
fine.
stop. That's the idea, basically.
We have a season of Secrets and Shadows where the seasonal
That's
format is
true.
kind of baked into the game.
It is. If by that we mean as soon as players are like, put another episode, JD, do I say yes? Yes.
Oh yeah, in case I
still a
haven't said it yet.
I guess.
More episodes, please. Selfishly, more episodes.
10 years later, and I'll still be running this game.
And we'll all still be very happy about it.
Yep.
Yeah, very good. Very cool. Seasonal format, one of my favorite things. How y'all feeling? How you guys feeling going into this?
Feeling great. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong, Will? That is an excellent question, and I'd quite like to find out, wouldn't you?
Knock on wood right there, Will. Please. For the love
do
of
that.
everything.
Will, don't do that. Yeah. Cool. Welcome back, everybody. We're still playing Scum and Villainy. I did not switch it out in the midterm. Not mid-season. This isn't a season.
Good. Thank you so much.
This is a one shot. Yeah, very cool. You guys want to infiltrate a Corpo headquarters? Good.
Yep.
So.
Uh-oh.
We'll kick in.
Flexing over there.
We'll fade in. I'm cracking my knuckles. I'm getting ready to throw down, man. The Raven's Edge warps into the Armistice Corporation's headquarters zone. Dark hyperspace lanes. Your energy dampening field is up, but the closer that you guys get, you will be detected. Now, Hector typically plans for these things. He did leave you fake transponder ID and false ship papers, because getting in and out of places discreetly does help. So as you guys approach, what do you do? Gonna go in line, guns blazing? You're gonna try to land on the station stealthily?
That wouldn't be very infiltration of us.
Right.
To go in guns blazing.
The plans are more really of a guideline to sort of help you set the goal of the heist here.
I see.
Don't tell these two murder hobos this.
I welcome any and all playstyles at my table, JD.
There's a difference between a murder hobo where you find a body and a murder hobo where you never find a body.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
So, got to figure out which one we are. So we're definitely going to use the, fake transponders.
Yes.
I'm sure that we have close-fitting corpo, executives.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I imagine individuals, I imagine corpos have sort of redacted executives, ones that don't really have the normal documentation, ones that most of the rank and file don't even know about, but have that sort of air where, you know that they're supposed to be there. So I'm thinking that's how we're going to get in.
And we probably won't want to land, like we'll probably want to leave the ship somewhere and then go on foot or by car or by something.
Mm-hmm.
It is a space station, so it'll be by foot.
Yeah.
The corporations try not to be planet bound. In an emergency, most space stations can use a hyperspace lane.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we ditched the ship in a shipyard or something. I was, this is deep Booker lore. I was a hegemony operative for most of my life, and I probably still have like the emblem or something. So I could be security or something for, I could be protecting whoever the important person is going to be.
Arden, any thoughts?
So I think there's a couple of options. I think if that is the plan, Arden does, of course, have their medic garb, and they could put that on as the personal doctor of whoever this VIP is. Which I suppose would leave Harvey, potentially, as our VIP, which I think tracks.
Arden, you feel your friend get really excited at the prospect of you wearing the doctor garb?
I'm glad it makes you happy.
I like to live vicariously through you, since I'm dead.
Yes, since you're dead.
What are we doing? What is happening?
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I am, though.
Just the guy with a friend on the other side. It's fine. Well,
I have a friend. They help me. That helps you. Everybody wins.
You seem confused and perplexed, and I don't know why.
Oh, you guys start getting a hail.
I don't know why I'm surprised.
You guys start getting a hail.
Yeah. Answer.
Hello, this is Armistice Corporation headquarters docking. May I have your transponder code, please? And name.
Of course. Just send the code.
Okay. Everything looks a little outdated here, but otherwise fine.
Which is why we're here.
Oh, you're getting them updated here. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
They didn't tell me we had any updates coming in, but that's up top for you, right?
Which docking station?
I need a name first still. And also, if you have a crew manifest as well, that would be nice, just to make sure that we know who's coming in and who's on board.
Yes. It will be Agent Titan.
Agent Titan. I'm not seeing that in my database here.
Nor would you.
If you're concocting a lie about Booker, I do think that I think in my mind the hegemony operatives are called kestrels.
Okay. Kestrels. Okay.
Q, if you would be so kind as to roll me a sway roll.
Happily.
And I'll go ahead and be starting a clock here.
Phew! I got real scared. It was a 1 and then a 6. We're good.
You're so good. Ah, one of those, huh? All right, and your crew manifest? Who are you bringing in with you?
There's a Kestrel and my medical liaison.
Kestrel? I thought the Kestrels had been disbanded.
That's what we wanted you to think.
For all of the rest of the galaxy, yes, they're disbanded.
Booker and
Yeah, Justin,
had
fucking
fun.
grip it,
Go ahead and
grip
make
it, baby.
a crew action
Slop
roll.
that down, dude. Shit, yeah,
$25
dude.
from
Crack
Steph.
one for
Thank
the
you so
big
much,
boy.
Steph. I'll add that to the bad things that are going to happen to them pool, and then also the reroll pool. So
I hate all of that. I hate all of that. Also, I could not hear you, JT, because I was being screamed at.
oh, I was just saying I'm going to add 1 to the bad things are
Oh
going to
no,
happen.
before that, what do you need from me and Will?
Booker and Harvey. Sorry, not Arden.
Okay.
I need you to make a crew action roll. One of you is going to be the leader. It's a sway roll.
I've got 2 in sway.
Okay.
Cool. I got a 5.
5.
Mm-hmm.
Will?
I 3.
Okay.
Would you accept
Harvey,
a 3?
I would accept a 3 personally. You do have 2 rerolls in the pool now, if you would like to. You're also welcome to save them for.
Does anything
more
bad? So Q got a 5. I don't
You got a
cancel
5,
that
which is a
out,
partial
right?
success.
Yeah. The odds that I'm going to reroll and get a 6 are not in our favor, so I think we should rock with the 5.
Okay. Harvey, you're going to take 1 stress.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to get a partial success. That memo should have been shipped down to us for this exact purpose. And you said you had a doctor on board?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and land in docking bay 9? And I'll go ahead and send a team down there to get you guys checked out, huh?
Sure. Docking Bay 9.
Good. Heard, over and out.
Great.
And the hail ends.
So, someone needs to be injured?
Yes. More than likely. Probably.
Well, Harvey, I'm not going to enjoy it, but
I'm going to hit him.
Absolutely. If you would like to, you could roll a scrap roll. Booker, if you're going to resist, you can oppose it. I welcome this, absolutely.
I am gonna oppose it.
Go ahead and make a scrap roll, friends.
Not about to hit me. You see this pretty face?
I didn't say anything about a hit. I have a sword.
Yeah, you're gonna hit me with your sword. Oh dear. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I got a 6.
Okay, well, I got a 3.
Booker, how do you injure Harvey?
So annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I think. Okay, so this is going to sound really bad, but Booker is operating with the knowledge that this is like space future and that injuries and things like that probably don't mean as much with medical technology the way that they are. So I think as Harvey goes to punch him, he's like almost preternaturally like aware of where his fist is going to be, just like moves an inch to the side, grabs Harvey's wrist very lightly, and then just like palms up at the elbow and breaks the arm.
Absolutely. I will be starting a new clock. As you pull into the docking bay, Harvey, You've got a clock for passing out from the pain before you get healed.
I said I wasn't going to enjoy it. I'm so sorry.
Really? Was that necessary?
Better to get it over with fast.
I'm gonna shoot you. I need you to know. I'm gonna
You're red-handed.
Why are you two like this? And why am I stuck with you?
Because you love us.
The less of a lie it is, the easier it is to believe.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
You feel the ship shudder as it lands in the docking bay. And there's almost an immediate banging on the door. Armistice Security, we heard you got injured on board.
Yeah, come on in. It's a terrible accident.
Yep, they come in and they there's three of them. One of them is dressed up in medical armor, essentially. As they sort of lean down to you. Ooh, clean break too. What did you do?
That is absolutely classified. Can you fix it or not?
Booker does look a little proud at the clean break part.
We can get you set up in the med bay, and we'll get a pack on that right away. It'll take a couple hours to like fully reset, but if you wear the pack, you should be good.
Very well.
Is anybody else doing anything as they begin to sort of get your friend up?
I think by this point Booker has changed into the uniform. So he is wearing I think it's kind of like it's very neutral. It's like a gray jacket and like gray dress pants. It looks very much like a military uniform. It has like black like bars down the arms, and on each shoulder and on the breast there is like a silver bird.
One of the guards looks at you, Booker. You're the Kestrel, right?
That would be me.
Yeah, you're wanted in the security bay. Our security officer would like to have a look at you.
Mind telling me what the nature of this would be? I don't react well to surprises.
Didn't say. It seemed like he was going to hurt you, but if you're that averse to being surprised, you're just going to have to go and find out.
Let me be clear, officer. I'm not averse to surprises for my own sake. And then Booker would head to wherever he said.
Can we leave? This is unbearable.
Yeah, no, they're picking you up and they're getting ready to leave. Arden, what are you doing?
Arden has donned the medical coat and is talking initially to the medics and saying, I am very glad that you have supplies here. Unfortunately, we did not restock in the way that I had recommended we do. That said, my client here has very particular needs, and it would be important that I remain with him the entire time. I also do not love the fact that you are separating our security detail from us. It would be a travesty were anything to happen while our Kestrel was detained.
Well, he's not being detained. He just has a meeting with the security officer. And you don't have to worry about anything happening. This is one of the most highly secure stations in the galaxy.
It better
Nobody
be.
could get in or out.
I am not pleased with what has already happened to my client, nor the fact that we did not have the supplies needed to address the injury. I would not want anything else to happen to him.
Well, you're welcome to come along.
Oh, I am. That wasn't a question. I do not leave his side.
Absolutely. The medics take you and Harvey off, and one of the security personnel, Booker, stays behind and leads you away from the Raven's Edge to the security office.
While we're walking, I want to see who's got like security cards or pass cards because I'm gonna swipe one.
Absolutely. I wouldn't call that a skulk roll if you would like to.
I would love to.
You see that the doctor that is carrying you on the sort of floaty gurney has a high security card.
Oh yeah, happily. There we go. That'll be 2 6s. So 6.
Good. I believe that's a critical success in this game, if I recall correctly. So yeah,
Hell yeah.
you grab it, swift as all, nobody notices.
Mm-hmm.
One of the other medics swipes the card, and you're carried into the medical bay, and the doctor scurries off to find you a stim pack.
Great. While they're busy getting things set up, I'm going to slide the card over to Arden.
That's going
so
into
that
my
I
pocket.
am, so that I am just, here sitting, being good boy, waiting for his medicine. Yes, and I am making sure that my left hand remains free because contrary to what Booker thinks, I am actually left-handed.
Absolutely delightful. Arden, you are appraised of the card. And the doctor brings back a stim pack, just sort of wraps it around your arm, and you feel the bone sort of click back into place. It goes from a sharp pain to just a dull ache. You feel like you could use that arm pretty decently from here on. Few hours of that, and you should be good to go.
Few hours. Is there a place that I can wait this out?
We have an employee lounge up a couple levels.
Great. I'd love to get there.
And doctor, while you're here, if you would like to grab some medical supplies for your vessel, that would be a-okay with us. Just make sure to write them down in the order log.
Absolutely.
And the doctor's going to swift off to other patients. Booker, you are led to a security office. A gentleman named Corporal Melvin. The security officer leads you in, and this guy is sitting at his desk typing away on his little computer, filling out what appears to be paperwork. As he looks up, you must be the Kestrel that just docked, yeah?
Part of the crew.
Right, yeah, perfect. So, remind me, the Kestrels, why did they go dark?
If you have to ask, you're not cleared to know.
Well, no, it's pretty rare to see a Kestrel show up in Corpo space anymore.
It is?
Yeah.
That should tell you something about the importance of my mission.
Go ahead and make a sway roll.
I could do that. Sway. All right, cool. A 5.
A 5. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna tick 1 off that. Well, it's just that I was appraised as to why the Kestrels were disbanded. But I suppose I don't necessarily know the importance of your being here outside of operative parameters.
It seems like it's just a lot of things, officer.
Just a lot of things. Do you have any family, Kestrel?
Kestrels don't have family.
See, now that is not true. I happen to have a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you would be so kind as to telling me why you're here. Armistice Corporation does not take kindly to intrusions, and as a fellow, I would like to make sure that you're doing an above the board activity.
I am tasked with keeping a very important man alive.
One of the shadow corpos that supposedly docked with you?
At a certain point, my telling you the nature of my mission puts a target on your back.
Well, you know Kestrel would never shy away from that, don't you? Go ahead and make another sway roll.
I might push that.
You're gonna push that? You're gonna take 2 stress?
I think so. Yeah. Okay. Or hold on. Okay. Spend a gambit gives you a bonus die. Okay, cool. I think yeah. All right, cool. I'm gonna do that. I'll take 2 stress.
Okay.
Check that off. That's 2 5s, which is better than 1 5, presumably.
It is not. We count 6s here.
What if somebody donated 1 cent to Extra Life?
If somebody donated a penny, you could push that to a 6.
Just putting it out there. We could be here a while. I'll take the 5 for now. That's fine.
Yeah. He's going to tick another down on his suspicion.
Sure.
But I would hate to get in the way of your work. So, Kestrel, what I am going to do for you is I'm going to pretend I didn't see you here. And I'm going not to report you to High Command.
I think that would be wise.
However, in exchange for whatever you're here for, you'll go ahead and send me a cut, yeah? Because I will hunt you down.
I think Booker is going to kind of lean forward across the desk. And he's going to say, much more quietly, I don't think you want to be making threats to me. Because you can hunt me down. I won't even hide from you. When the Kestrels went dark, there were a lot of loose ends. And someone had to clean them up. So, I'll make you a deal. You forget that I was here. You keep this from high command. And I won't find your daughter. There's a reason Kestrels don't have family.
Go ahead and make one nice sway roll.
I will do it.
Does he get a +1 because he's scary?
Yeah, why not?
Hell yeah.
Plus one
yeah.
die,
Looking out for you,
not
bro.
+1 to the roll.
That is okay. That is a 6. 2 6s. I don't think that means anything, but 2 6s.
2 6s is a critical success, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
He puts his hand up, leans back in his chair. By all means. But if you cause any active trouble in the station, I will have to shoot you. I won't like it, but my job here supersedes Kestrel's at the moment.
I wouldn't dream of it. We done here?
You're free to go.
Have a nice day.
You leave the office, and we're going to check back in with Arden and Harvey. What are you guys up to?
Go into the employee lounge.
Mm-hmm. And I think getting as clear a lay of the land as we can on the way.
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely. If you guys want to, you can each individually make me a little study roll. Sort of get a look around and see if there are any guides or signs to lead you where you need to go.
Okay, this is not the most fun way to use it, but I would like to use the I'm a doctor, not a move, and say in this
Okay.
case that I can roll with doctor because as we're walking through, I am used to, or at least part of me is used to navigating medical buildings, and medical buildings are mazes. And you get very good at knowing the layout and understanding where the different branches go.
I think that rationalization suits me well. I
I'm
think that
really
I will
looking
allow
forward to
this.
using it in an even more chaotic way. But we're going to start there. That is 2 6s as the
2
highest.
6s. You're able to find your way around easy, and you sort of get this this almost a second nature of how this outpost is laid out. There are some guidelines that lead you to the employee lounge, etc. And there are very clearly marked, high sec doors. This is where the big corpos go. So, stay out of it if you want to keep your hand. But you guys find your way to the employee lounge. A nice, gentle room. The walls painted a beautiful baby blue, plants in each corner, and a sort of new station centric TV up in the corner, little microwave, food printer, the whole shebang here. Uh, you find a nice, quiet couch to perch up and sit on if you would
Mm-hmm.
like.
Okay, now you said microwave food printer.
A microwave and a food printer.
Okay, I'm not sure if it's better that they're separate. I feel like maybe. Anyway, not the point. So Harvey sitting with the stim pack, sort of letting his arm recover. I'm gonna shoot him one day. I just needed you to know that.
I really wish you wouldn't, because I already have to patch the two of you up enough. We don't need to add to it. It's not my favorite thing to do. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for artifacts. I'm here for learning. I'm here because. And then they kind of pause and realize they don't know exactly what is in the room and what might be listening. So they stop themselves
Uh-huh.
from saying what they were about to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then just go back to, you don't have to shoot each other, break each other's arms, trip and fall. Just, I'd really appreciate it if you didn't.
I'll take it under advisement. But my arm is broken, and it's his fault. So there's got to be something. Anyway, I wonder if they have something other than the food printer. You'd think this place had real, actual food, right?
I mean, well, let me know, how nice is this food printer? Is it like a budget food printer? Is it a fancy one?
I mean, you guys are in the employee lounge of like the low security area of this outpost. The food printer, not the best, but it's like, we cheaped out as much as possible without looking like we weren't trying.
Oh yeah. I mean, they have to have something better than this. I mean, this is of course for employees, but the corpos aren't going to be eating this shit.
You
What are
should
you
go and
thinking?
find it. You should go and find it, obviously.
Why not? I'm sure Booker will find us eventually. He always does.
Sure. Um, I'm going to, because in my items list, I have a communicator. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping that the rest of the crew also has one. Maybe we
Parker, do
could
you have a
say that the rest of
communicator?
the crew have one.
I could have one.
Do you? You're welcome to flashback for it.
I was going to say, if you let me switch out spy gear for communicator, then yes.
I'll let you flashback for it.
Okay. All right.
One stress.
One stress. Okay, cool. All right.
I
So,
think so. Flashing back.
Actually,
Like,
how many gambits do we have?
currently you have 4 gambits.
I will use the way, which is my starting ability, and I can spend a gambit instead of paying any stress cost.
hell yeah.
Booker, go ahead and tell me a specific memory you have of you and Hector discussing why you should have a communicator on you at all times.
It would have been shortly after Booker joined the crew, which would be. So I imagine for a very long time after Booker kind of surrendered himself to Hector instead of killing Hector, he was kept in jail, essentially, confinement, and it was probably his choice to do so because the hegemony's programming and brainwashing was so strong and ran so deep that he didn't trust himself. And I think even like caught himself sleepwalking with like his weapon in hand a couple of times.
Mhm.
But I think around the time that he was starting to fully deprogram from everything and become his own person reliably, I think it would have been before the first job that he was going to go on with the crew. And Hector would have held out the communicator to him, and he would have complained about how much it was going to distract him and like slow him down to just have people talking in his ear the entire time.
You return from this flashback. You did not have a communicator before you started remembering what Hector had told you. You have one now. And one might reason you've always had one. However, you know that that's not the case. But right now there's more pressing matters. Being contacted by Harv.
Yeah, Booker is like striding through the hallway back towards the docking bay, and he doesn't like reach up and touch or anything, but he just kind of says quietly like, yeah,
What's your location?
inbound on my way back.
We're in the employee lounge.
That's an interesting place for you to be.
Yes, well, we were wanting a place to relax that wasn't the med bay.
I'll redirect and head straight there. How's your arm, by the way?
Fuck you.
Booker, I'll say you sort of reroute yourself and meet up with them in the employee lounge. And I'm going to go ahead and use one of my bad things.
No, wait,
No,
hold
don't
on.
do that.
Hold on.
No,
Hold
don't
You
do
don't
that.
have to, JT. Like you
Yeah.
you
Come on.
don't.
Come on.
A man walks in. Trench coat, glasses, handlebar mustache, the whole shtick. Looks to the three of you and asks, "Are you my new recruits?" "Hello."
Hi. I don't believe so.
No. I was told I would have 3 new recruits.
I'm a doctor. I'm not a recruit.
Yes, a doctor, a kestrel, and a shadow corpo, no?
Well, it seems oddly specific.
Well,
Incredibly.
it often is, isn't it?
And who were you told by?
I don't remember.
Interesting.
But, are you ready for the training program?
Am I there by this point?
You are, yeah.
Okay, cool.
You've already arrived.
Hey, real quick. What does our guy look like? What does Jones look like?
Jones is, as best as I can describe, the most unassuming white man you've ever seen.
Got it. So not this guy.
Not this
Cool.
guy.
Okay.
But you said training program. What sort of training program?
High security gauntlet. He pulls out just a little remote, big red button on it, clicks it, and he sprints out the door.
Any chance I could make that not happen? Any of that?
Right. Yeah. Can I?
Yeah, if you would like to act, absolutely. What do you want to do?
Act.
Because my option is going to be to shoot it out of his hand.
I would like to try to use. This is very non-specific. I would like to try to use one of my mystic abilities called Sundering. I can push myself to attune to the way and twist it, causing psychic harm to anyone in the area who cannot withstand your assault. I can spend 1 stress for each additional feature. It damages instead of stuns. The area includes a few targets instead of 1. You are not included in the effect. So I will spend 1 stress. I guess I have to spend 2 stress because I have to spend 1 to attune. And then, yeah, I'm fine with it just stunning him because I assume Harvey will shoot him if I do that. So if I can do that, I would like to do
that. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it sparks. Well, no, attune is a roll. So yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and give me an attune roll.
Cool.
I will say that this is desperate instead of risky.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't love that, but okay. 2 6s again. 2 6s and 2 2s.
Let's go.
Pulls the remote out. You reach into the way and you yank at this guy's mind, and he stops. Harvey, if you'd like to roll a scrap for me, or if you have an ability you're going to use.
I can do scrap. We can do scrap for sure.
Okay.
Okay. It was a 5.
Okay. You have 2 rerolls if you'd like to not settle on that, or you can push yourself.
You know what? We've just been sitting on them. I would like to use one.
Sure. Go ahead and
Do I reroll the whole thing or just 1 die?
The whole thing.
Oh, Key Smokies. There we go. We got the 6.
You got the 6. You pull out the gun, you fire it off. The rest of the station will be none the wiser. At a partial success, I would have added a clock called "What Was That?"
Oh dear. Lots of clocks. Cool. Then where is there a place to put his body?
Were you shooting him?
Oh, shooting the thing. No, I suppose not.
Well,
okay. Well, it's different. You can shoot him if you want.
I mean, we do kind of need him to not
do anything.
Yeah.
As luck would have it, there is a garbage chute in this room.
Oh, okay, perfect. Cool. Then yeah, no, I need to shoot him. I'm sorry. It's like I need to shoot him.
You plant a laser beam straight into his head. He collapses on the floor. Booker, you feel your grasp on his mind fade as his mind does, and the remote lands safely on the ground.
Kind of like wipes his hand on his shirt like there's something disgusting on it.
I'd like to investigate the remote.
Yeah, absolutely. If you'd like to make me a study roll. And then, Harvey, I'll need a skulk roll to move this body over to the garbage chute.
Happily. I can skulk all day, baby.
You pick up this remote. It is mysterious in origin, and only more so because once you pick it up and after you've had a second to look at it, it sort of desynchronizes with reality and dissipates.
Just out of curiosity.
Yep.
If I use my Doctor Strange move, does that change anything? Because that does allow me to handle precursor artifacts and study artifacts and strange things that I might encounter.
I'll allow you to ask your one question.
Okay. I'll go with what could this do?
What this could do is set off every alarm in a 100-foot radius.
Oh, good. Yeah, I think Arden is looking at that and hasn't been looking very pleased with the fact that Harvey straight up murdered a man in front of them. But as they realize that, they look at him and are just like, that was a good idea.
I guess we should take out the trash.
No, I don't even want to. I'm going to. I got 3 5s and a 6. So
A 6 is all you need. You slide this guy right over to the trash chute, and you manage to get him stuffed in there and cycled out right as a new employee walks into the employee lounge with a mug of coffee. Banner day we're having, no?
yes.
Oh no, sorry. What's that? Oh, the old Earth saying people used to have. Lovely weather we're having.
Yes, that is what they used to say. Doesn't make
Yeah.
maybe as much sense out here, but it is a good saying. I mean, rain is very different than falling stars from the sky, but they're kind of the same thing.
Right.
Arden, make a sway roll.
I'm sure this is going to go wonderfully. What? Yeah, this is going to go great.
Do you have pips in sway?
Nope, that's a 2.
Okay. So the way that it works, if you're not trained in the skill or the attribute that a skill is in, you're gonna roll 2d6 and you're gonna take the lowest.
Still a 2.
Okay. This guy cocks an eyebrow at your outburst, your sudden intense interest in this conversation. And he's gonna set his coffee mug down on the counter, and he's just gonna begin to move towards the door. Yeah, that's does anyone want to do anything?
So we're near the station. Where does one go to get real food, the good food?
Well, if you don't have high sec access, that food printer's pretty much all you got.
Great. Uh, don't mind, my friend. They're rather excitable when they hear about old world terms.
Uh,
Can be helped.
Harvey, you're welcome to make a swear roll.
I would love to do that. Goodness gracious. Yeah. Here we go. Cool. We got a 6. I thought that was good enough.
He seems a
Yeah.
little relieved by that, and he goes, "All right, I didn't know that they were hiring archaeologists or whatever they call them, folks that are obsessed with old world."
Oh, no. They're just a doctor. They just also happen to have a hobby that is archaeology based. Don't worry about it. They're an oddball, but competent. So, private sec clearing. Which way?
Just down the hall and to the left. But do you have high sec clearance?
Oh yes, absolutely.
What are you doing here?
I was waiting on a friend.
We
I was
had
going to
some
surprise them.
we had some things to throw away.
Oh, yeah, no, I get it. Put all the garbage down in low sec, and then the high sec gets to stay nice and prim and proper.
Mm-hmm.
He picks up his coffee, he punches something into the food printer. Then he takes it out of the food printer, unwraps the foil that was printed around it, and puts it in the microwave. But he seems to be quelled of his suspicions for now.
Good. Then we're going to continue on.
I will say, as we're walking, Arden falls in step with Harvey and is just like, I don't understand why he got so weird. I mean, he brought up the weather. I was just trying to talk with him about that.
No. Listen, it's absolutely his fault. However, you did meet and then surpass his energy immediately.
Oh, 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 okay. Right.
Yes, you went into your, subject of interest very intensely, and he was doing small talk. Right. That part.
It's been a while
All
since I
right.
haven't been with other academics, and they always get so excited when we start talking.
I bet they do.
Yeah.
I've learned so many things.
I bet you have.
That's what even. What even was that? Okay. What was he? Sorry. So it was a kestrel. What even was that?
What?
Being cryptic and weird as usual.
Not
More
my
so than
business.
usual, I think. Oh, okay. Not my business. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna try and find our way in.
Yeah, you find an elevator that looks like it should go up to the high sec floors of the outpost, and you swipe the doctor's card that you swiped.
I was gonna
Um,
say, what is the clearance level on that card?
Mm-hmm.
because they're a doctor and they need to be able to access the outpost at all times. You can get to the offices with it,
Beautiful.
and you guys swipe it and step in. One Corbo steps in with you. It is not your man. It seems to be a different ISEC Corbo. Uh, you see, he also swipes his card and steps in with you.
Booker kind of instinctively maneuvers himself like to the back of the lift behind the person and is just like staring at the back of their head.
Yeah. Long red hair. This gentleman is less kempt, it seems, than most of the people who work in low sec. Sort of just awkwardly stands there with his hands crossed in front of him. And then he realizes, oh, what floor?
Did we get what floor for Jones?
Yeah, you know that Jones is on 10th.
9th.
Okay, sure. He taps 9th, and then you see he presses the 10th floor button as well.
I'm just making sure that he doesn't make a move or seem like overly nervous or suspicious.
Not at all.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna use my other bad thing, though.
Don't
No.
don't do that.
But why?
But what if, JT, what if you didn't?
I'm willing to hear your reasoning for this.
Okay. Please.
We're having such a nice time.
For the children.
For the children.
A good and fun time.
The people who donated because they knew that something bad was going to happen if they did.
I don't think that's true.
You guys.
Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm fairly certain one of them said, "Hey, I don't want bad."
That is true.
Yeah, but as was discussed earlier, I don't make the rules.
Oh, okay. All right.
Touché.
Interesting. But you did make the rule, though.
Yeah, that was before, but the market is locked in now. So
it's, death of the author.
Death of the author. I'm entirely separated from my work.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Fuck me, I guess.
You guys will feel the elevator lurch and the lights flicker. The entire station rumbles, and the elevator stops at floor 5. It opens, and the lights are off in this hallway. and the red lights of the alarms are blaring. You hear Head Security Officer Jones come over the intercom. Attention! We are under attack by rebellion forces. Please make your way to your safe zone and or your battle stations, depending on which floor you're on. If I catch any of you outside of your post, it will be cause for immediate disciplinary action. And that message begins to repeat.
What's the elevator guy doing?
The elevator guy is checking his watch and then is leaving the elevator to begin to make his way up to his office and his safe zone.
Okay.
Well, this is certainly something.
Why don't we go up through the elevator shaft?
Yeah.
That's what they always do in the old movies.
Sure. I mean, if you think you can handle it, sure.
Right.
What does that mean?
You don't, you're not as physical as the
He's
rest
calling you a
of
big
us.
nerd and not very athletic.
Are you calling me a twink, Booker?
I mean,
Well,
that was sort of implied.
I wasn't, but it's interesting that that's where your mind went.
Listen, I'm going to show you.
I wasn't just worried about you if it makes you feel any better. I mean, Harvey hurt his arm earlier.
No. You hurt my arm.
Wow.
You broke my arm.
Listen,
He's not wrong.
it was all part of the plan.
You're an asshole.
What do you do, Arden? You said you're going to show them.
Okay. First of all, I am going to use my move. I'm a doctor, not a bodybuilder in this case. And my logic is, if you have ever had to do chest compressions for CPR, that takes a lot of upper body strength. And so Arden technically doesn't entirely have the muscle memory for that, but their friend does. And so they draw on that and feel their arms strengthen. And that is how they start climbing up through the hatch.
Go ahead and make me a doctor roll instead of, I was going to say scramble.
2 6s.
Absolutely. You guys see Arden close his eyes and then close their eyes and then move up with prowess you have never seen Arden move with before. Up and through the hatch is the elevator shaft. The emergency lights are on, and you are only 5 floors down from where you need to be.
Yeah, who's the twink now, Booker?
I mean, it's still you. You've just been going to the gym, apparently.
Sure.
Well, and Booker will clap Harvey on the shoulder and say, I guess try not to slow us down. And then is just gonna fully leap out of the hatch, out of the elevator, and also start to climb.
I would like for you two to make scramble rolls.
I could shoot him right now.
I was hoping you'd say that.
I could do it. I could do it and it'd be okay.
Please
You
don't,
could try.
Harvey. Please don't.
One 6.
Okay.
Okay. 2 6s. Get
Nice,
wrecked.
Harvey and Arden are moving much faster than you, Booker. As you guys sort of begin to climb up, you make your way to the 10th floor elevator door, which is currently sealed shut.
Mm.
Hmm. I mean, I have spy gear
Sure.
that include the. Well, I guess you wouldn't really be able to. I mean, could that include like a small charge, like a doorbuster or something?
You know what? I'll allow it.
Cool.
If you want to go ahead and make me a rig roll.
Okay.
Are you trained in rig?
Nope.
Would you like to make a devil's bargain?
Ooh, I'm open to it.
I'm gonna start a new clock. I'm gonna start my what was that clock.
Okay.
Okay.
That's gonna set you guys on a timer to get into office, get information, and get back into elevator shaft.
Okay. I'll take it.
In
Does that mean
exchange, I will let you roll whatever you want.
Ooh, all right, cool. Then in this case, it's going to be still scramble.
Okay.
Cool. Two fives.
Absolutely. So your partial success there is I'm going to take a slice off of the pie immediately. But you are able to blast the elevator doors open, and you guys are unveiled to the 10th floor. Currently appears to be entirely abandoned due to the red blaring lights and current ongoing rebel attack.
Great. Just looking back. Try not to hold us back, yeah? And then I'm gonna into the 10th floor.
Yeah, you begin to move through the 10th floor. You guys are picking up the pace quite a bit.
He's never going to shut up about this.
I mean, Booker, I think you're off your game.
As, as he's moving forward, I'm never gonna shut up about this. Just at the same time.
You guys make your way to Jones's office door, fully blast doored. There's a little console on the side that you imagine he could use to open it if needed. But otherwise, unless one of you has a bomb
I
worthy
mean,
of
I
the
also
blast
have
door,
spy gear.
which would work for a normal space station door. These are blast shield.
No, for sure. We just had a console.
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe
Would
I
you like
could
to?
like.
Would you like to make a
Actually,
hack roll?
I mean, literally no. I would. Can we devil's bargain?
You could also ask me to do it, because I
Oh
think I have
yeah.
a good argument for you letting me use Doctor.
That's true.
Harvey, up to you.
Okay. I'm thinking. What can we do with gambits? What can we do with those?
You can add a die to your roll.
Okay.
There are some other things you can do with it.
But it's still, if you don't have any pips in it, you still are rolling
You still
the
take the
2d6.
lowest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, but like, could I technically use skulk?
Well, for a devil's bard, I would say you could.
I also
Okay.
have a possible in-character justification for Harvey letting Arden do it, but
I'm listening.
If Harvey goes to do it, Booker might like put up a hand and be like, "Now, I don't want to be rude, but you remember what happened the last time you tried to do this on a job?"
No, remind me.
You set off every alarm in the entire facility, and we barely got out of there alive.
I don't think that was me. Arden, you want to give this a try?
I mean, I don't want to take this away from you, Harvey.
I do.
Nope.
I want you to take it away from him.
Wow. 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 Okay.
So, I mean, I'm a doctor, not a hacker, but in this case, I think I can make a justification that this involves some form of electricity, and the body runs on electricity, and you need to know where to cut in the body. And so, I think I can figure out what to cut here to make this door do what I want it to do.
That's a stretch.
Yeah,
JD.
that's a
I'll
reach.
be honest. That's a
reach.
bit of a reach.
It's called
That's a
science
reach.
fiction.
I am in a giving mood. After all,
I don't know that I love that, but
I'll tell you
what.
what. You could take an extra stress pushing yourself.
Okay.
To doctor this.
Two sixes.
Absolutely. It is exactly like a human nervous system in here.
I told you.
That's what
you
based their security system off of. The
human nervous system, yeah. You got the right wires, the blast shields drop, the door to the office is wide open. What what would you guys like to do?
Is Jones in there?
No. Jones is out leading security detail.
Right. Okay, cool.
Okay. Cool. So we're looking for the information on the Echo.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully he's got a computer here.
He does.
Perfect. I want to see if he has it in the computer or if he's got any files, like any paper files or anything like that.
In a place like this, in an office like this, paper's not really their thing.
Yeah, I kind of figured more maybe he's got like a little hidden compartment where he's got a data chip or something like that. I'm looking for it all.
If you'd like to make a study roll to search for a hidden compartment, you can. Otherwise, I'm willing to make a devil's bargain with you. A couple slices off the pie for any roll you want.
Let's see, how many slices?
So I took one slice off for Will's partial success. And JD's critical success, I did not take any slices off for.
Okay.
I'll take a couple slices off for this.
Okay, so like literally 2.
Don't worry about it.
No, wait.
I am.
None of your business.
Wait a minute.
You keep saying that, but I am.
So we don't get to know how many slices.
No, it's a secret.
It's a secret. Cool.
You guys are working against a clock.
Cool.
Your characters
would
know.
Slice missing.
There's one slice missing. I will tell you that.
Cool.
There are about to be 3 slices missing.
Okay.
If you take this bargain.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Gotcha. Yeah, fuck it, we ball. Let's go.
Fuck it, we ball. True, sure. Go ahead and make whatever roll you want to hack this computer.
Sweet. Hell yeah. We're gonna skulk it, baby. Alright, now, quick question. Would you consider this a desperate roll?
This is very desperate, yes.
Hell yeah. Cool beans. Then I would like to use a gambit so we can get an extra.
By all means.
And when I use when I do a desperate roll, I generate a gambit. Even
Okay.
If I spend a gambit on that roll, because never tell me the odds.
So you're cycling a gambit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wee. Oh, that almost made me very sad. I rolled 5 dice. 3 of them were ones. However, I got a 6.
And a 6 is all you need.
I know. I got real scared. I'm real scared.
4 slices have been removed from the pie, but you get the computer open.
Wait, hold on.
2 slices for the bargain, 1 slice for the action.
Oh dear.
Would anyone like to make a study roll to search the actual physical space? Yeah, go ahead. And while you do that, Harvey, you unlock this computer. You're sifting through it. You go back to when you guys would have acquired the Echo for this guy. You didn't know it was the Echo at the time. It was just called the device by Jones. And you see he's sending out emails to a warehouse company detailing very sensitive equipment that I need to store in a very discreet location. And you find some correspondence regarding the location of it, but no other extraneous information outside of that. You know where the Echo is being kept. JD, what did you roll?
I got a 5.
Okay. 2 more slices off the pie for you. However, you do feel under his desk, you hear a click as you press up on a panel, and you pull out a small, what amounts to a digital sticky note, essentially. It's a sticky note with a screen with a 4-digit code on it.
Hey, Booker, I found something. And they hold up the code.
All right.
You know security stuff more than I do, so what do you think this goes to?
Well, what do I think it goes to?
I'll say that Harvey would have shared the information that he acquired with you for sake of brevity here. You imagine it goes to his warehouse safe, his location.
Okay. Looks like a passcode, probably to a security safe, so...
You know it's not the passcode to his computer because that's how Harvey hacked, is he found the sticky note under his keyboard with his computer.
Guy uses a lot of sticky notes for a future without paper.
Well, it's a digital sticky note.
A digital sticky note, right, yeah. Okay.
So it's like you know those sci-fi phones that are just a transparent screen? It's like that. It's just like a transparent screen.
I'm less concerned about the paper, and I'm more concerned about the security guy just leaving his stuff all over here. But
no, but that's very accurate to like IT and stuff. Cool. All right, yeah. Well, then we got all the pieces. We just need to get to the safe.
Let's do it.
Which means we need to get out of here first.
Mm-hmm.
You do have to get out of here.
Right. So what is the quickest, safest way?
I made a mental map earlier.
I feel like you're putting a lot of restrictions on me here. You want the quickest and the safest?
No, hold on. I want the safest of the quickest ways. Important distinction.
I see what you're putting in. Okay. The quickest and the safest at the moment would be finding a way to safely descend the elevator shaft and bypass the elevator to go down to the first level. Because that's where the hangar bays are. From there, you can easily get to Raven's Edge.
Gotcha.
Might not be the safest if you fall, but you do hear footsteps coming down the corridor from the other direction.
It's time we go.
Either of you got any rope?
Yeah.
How does load work? If you use it once, is it gone?
That's a good question.
Actually, JT, if you would allow it, I would like to flashback to show why Arden has rope on them.
Okay. Go ahead and detail for us a memory of Hector explaining to you why rope is so important.
And so really it shouldn't have come as a surprise to Arden. I mean, they're always exploring places that they probably shouldn't be in, and that carries with it a degree of danger, but they never thought that they would need something on these types of jobs. They were like, all right, I'm coming in here. I'm basically an appraiser. I don't need any of that equipment. And Harvey pulled them aside after a job that had almost gone disastrously wrong because the exits were limited based on supplies that they had, and basically sat them down and was like, Arden, when you're going into a cave, you make sure that you're prepared. You know, you get everything you need, the carabiners, the rope, all of that. You would never consider an outing without doing that. Why would you consider doing that here? And then Hector sat them down and made them watch Mission Impossible and other movies like that to show them why this was needed. And so they've always carried rope on them ever since.
Delightful old world films. As you flash forward, you did not have rope before. All three of you would be aware of this, and Arden pulls out a spool of rope. Carabiners and all.
I guess we have some rope.
So was that a rhetorical question, or?
You know,
You're gonna need 2 sets of rope. One for the first 5 floors, and then one for the final 4, for the record. So it's good that you have 2 sets. However, as you exit the office and begin to make your way back to the elevator shaft, you hear someone shout behind you, "Rebels, get them!" And I need everyone to make scramble rolls as they open fire. Or, Will, it seems like you have another action you'd like to do.
I mean, how many of them are there?
You know what? I'm gonna let the dice decide. I don't get to roll dice in this game, and I want to roll something. So what do you think? Like a D100 is fair?
I would not say that.
I was thinking like a D4,
right.
you know?
No,
do you have a coin?
No. It's a high security. I'll tell you what. Instead of a D100, I'll make it a D10.
Okay.
8 of them.
8 of them. All right. Very cool. Very cool.
One of them is Jones. I will add.
One of them is Jones.
Yeah.
All right. How many Gambit do we have?
Currently, you have 3 because Harvey can cycle them.
I am going to do. We really are the perfect team. I am going to do a chain of things. I think in this particular case, Booker is going to like step out into the hall and interpose himself between the security forces and Arden and Harvey, and is going to say as he does so, like, get moving. And then I am going to use Sundering again.
Okay.
Except this time I am going to spend 1 stress to make it damage instead of stun, and another stress to include many targets instead of 1. And a 3rd stress to not include myself. That is a total of 5 stress because I have to push myself to do this, but I'm going to use the way to spend a gambit instead of paying a stress cost.
So down to 4?
It says you can spend a gambit instead of paying any stress cost.
Any stress cost?
Yes.
Oof. That's
right.
wild.
I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, so go ahead and make your attune roll.
Okay. One, 6, 2 5s. So it doesn't matter. It's just a 6. Just a success.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what this looks like to Booker as he reaches out with his mind?
So Booker, when he reaches out to people, like what he did before when he kind of like physically arrested the man's he what it looks like to Booker, I actually don't think it looks like anything. I think it's purely a feeling, and it is very much a feeling of like physically taking hold. I think in this case, the way is not like the force in my mind. The way is literally like when he uses it in this way, he is physically grasping parts of their brain and doing it in such a way that through deep practice, he can either like just stop them in their tracks or hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
And so in this case, he is choosing the latter. He is reaching out and he is choosing violence. And I think what it looks like is they start to like shake and then just like bleed from their ears and their eyes and then their mouths too.
And I will say that 7 of them collapse from this.
I'll take 7.
Jones is steadfast. His paranoia makes him stronger as he levels a
That's
weapon.
strong.
And I will still need a scramble roll from everybody to get to the elevator and get your rope set up.
Okay, but can I
You're not
use
you're a doctor, not a
not a I can't even think of the words right now.
not an
Anyways,
escape artist.
not an escape artist. So I mean, listen, I have been a field medic. I know what it's like to be moving around and going for cover in order to not get shot at while I'm trying to help others. So I think I should be able to roll with doctor because they're interrelated skills.
I'll allow it.
So anyway, I got 2 6s on my scramble.
Absolutely beautiful.
Can I roll scrap if I am not trying to get away from Jones?
Yeah.
But instead I'm trying to kill Jones?
Absolutely.
Cool. I want to do that. I am also going to use Psy Blade, which doesn't cost me anything. Basically, I focus way energy into my melee weapon. While it's charged, it can cut through non-shielded materials with ease, and I gain potency on my attacks. And I don't remember what potency does exactly, but I think it's an extra d6.
I think it's an extra d6.
Okay, cool.
And I got.
So I'm going to scrap Jones. This is what Booker is here to do, and so I think the others bleed from their faces, and then he just kind of like, as Jones levels the weapon and maybe even starts to fire, he just sort of drops into a crouch and then launches himself like across the floor towards Jones, pulls out the blade like reverse grip as he does so, and is just going to try to split Jones as he reaches him. And I think it doesn't glow or anything like that when he charges it. It just starts to, I think, vibrate very subtly.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and make your roll.
1-6 again.
1-6.
Yeah.
That will do it for Jones, I think. Still a human, not wearing any armor.
Wouldn't matter if he was.
A non-shielded being. So you vivisect this man, and in the meantime, your friends are at the elevator shaft and they have the ropes set up and are beginning to make their way down.
He does the blade across the arm, cleans it in the crook of his elbow, and then sheaths it, and very casually walks to the elevator shaft.
You guys begin to make your way down. Harvey, with your critical success, I'll say you're able to get the rope down the second half as well, relatively easily. And in the hangar bay, it's absolute chaos. There are people running everywhere, gunshots firing. How would you guys like to approach this?
I think that we are old hat enough at this that we can probably work through the chaos, sort of weave our way through it. So I think it's just a sort of this kind of pattern, moving and ducking in and out.
I like
we
that.
are, yeah, probably adding to the chaos just enough that we look like we are not purposefully going to our ship, but we're absolutely purposely going to our ship.
I think despite the inherent, arguing and stuff between Harvey and Booker, they've very quickly fallen back into old routines. And so it's I'm picturing it's a very fluid sort of rotation kind of around Arden. I don't know if Arden's doing anything, but Harvey's just shooting people. And if anybody gets too close, then they rotate and Booker cuts them basically.
Yeah.
No, I think that tracks because Arden is technically a non-combatant.
Yeah.
JD, I'm sure you'll have an I'm not a doctor for this, but if you would make a skulk roll and then the other two of you make a scrap roll.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
I'm actually fine making a skulk roll. I do have pips in that.
Oh, okay, sure. Absolutely.
2 6s, baby. Let's go.
Critical success.
Absolutely.
Got a 6 and a 5.
Delightful.
I also got 2 6s. My dice are loving me today. Loving this.
Absolutely. We love to see it. I do have a question for Booker and Harvey. Are you guys just injuring people, or are you killing anyone that gets close?
I don't think I care.
Okay.
I think Harvey is... I think it's how close they get to us.
Mm-hmm.
I think for the most part, he's just trying... Ooh. No, I'm sorry. No, we're going for injury. We're going for injury more than kill if we can avoid it. I'm sure that there are cameras, so they're going to see us eventually.
That's fair.
So I'm not really concerned about taking anybody out that sees us. So it would probably be best to keep our kill count low.
All right. Absolutely. In a normal game of Scum and Villainy, there are factions that you can sort of get opinions built up with, reputations through. This is a one-shot at the moment, so not really relevant per se, but important for me to note mentally just for fun. You guys make it to Raven's Edge successfully. The dock doors are starting to close. So I will, for this last leg, need one final desperate pilot roll.
Gotcha. So we're gonna do that. We are absolutely gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna use a gambit. Okay, and I'll push myself.
Okay, so you'll take on 2 stress, and then you can add a die, among other things. You can add +1 level to your effect, or you can take an action when you're incapacitated. You're not incapacitated at the moment, but...
Gotcha. Also, when I make a desperate roll, I can take +1 die. Daredevil, baby. So I get +1, but I do not mark XP in the actions attributes. I'm fine with that. All right, and then I get 2 stress. I'm fine with that. Booyaka. Wish me luck, gents. It's A6.
Harvey, you've seen Hector fly before. You've seen Hector fly Raven's Edge. You have some idea of some of his tricks. A dock door closing? That calls for one of his most infamous tricks. A micro warp jump. Get Raven's Edge up. You're not going to clear that gap in time unless you're not in Euclidean space. So you take a deep breath, You remember the exact maneuvers that Hector performed to perform this maneuver many times for you guys. And the rest of you see as Harvey calls on this memory to send you into a micro warp where you are just almost instantly shunted out of the station and into space with your map and your goal.
Think there's that moment of focus, and then when he actually does it, uh, it's that release of tension. It's probably a tear or two, just because it's probably the closest he's been to Hector in a while. He's of course ignoring it because, uh, you know, badasses don't cry. Um, but he's definitely got the arms locked, um, just standing there.
I imagine it's like the same thing throughout the ship. Like we're in different places in the ship, but we hear like Harvey come over the intercom and is like, "We're gonna have to do the thing," and
Yep.
then it happens, and we're still alive, and like, yeah, there's just different reactions, but it's clear that it's all very like reminiscent of Hector.
Mm-hmm.
I think Booker just kind of like nods.
You guys hit the dark hyperspace lanes, and we're gonna smash cut to you're landing on a planet. It's a moon. It's a desolate moon, and you're in your space gear for this. The atmosphere is not exactly breathable, but there is a series of warehouses laid on this moon. And you make your way to the one that you know to be Jones's. I mean, it's yours now by law of piracy and inheritance. You killed him, it's yours, truly. And this company is sketchy enough that they're not going to be any the wiser if you access their warehouses. And you have the code. You punch it in. It opens to a small table lit by one overhead light with a single box, several symbols etched into it, and a small slot or D8 shaped type shape.
Are are we really doing this? I mean, I want to see what happens. I really want to see what happens. I've known that there has to be something beyond the veil of death out there because energy has to go from somewhere when people die. There's too much of it. It should be reachable. It is reachable sometimes. We're not going to worry about that right now, but I I I don't I don't know what's going to happen when we do this, and I don't know if this is just opening the door entirely to everyone everywhere who has ever been lost. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I do kind of want to know if it's possible.
Well, let's find out.
The
We
Dead
didn't come
Star,
all this way for nothing.
the Dead Star coming back to life. It's not exactly good news for me, but maybe it is about time that I answer for some of the things that I've done. You both said that there was a dream that called you back,
Hmm.
but I didn't have a dream. I just had a feeling. And that feeling was all of you in pain.
Then we shouldn't do this.
Is that why you broke my arm?
No, that was for me.
Wow.
For the plan. I mean,
You said what you said, Booker.
I don't know what's going to happen if we use this echo.
Hector obviously wanted us to. I mean, he put all of these pieces in place, and one of those pieces was his own death. I don't think he would put us down a path that ends in tragedy. That isn't like him.
No, just one that started with it. All right. I say we try this. We're already here. JT, is there anything else in here? Like, is it just this? Yeah.
This was for Jones's most prized artifact. Based on your correspondence that you've collected, an artifact he was hoping to sell to the highest bidder in some sort of dark market. Not something you guys necessarily peddled in. It's a lot more dangerous, and uh, you get a lot more infamous that way.
Hmm.
But it seemed like he was willing to sell this to anyone who was grieving enough to spend that much money on it.
Hey, JT.
Yes.
Could I use my Doctor Strange move to suss out what's about to happen if we activate this?
I'm sorry in advance, but no.
Oh.
This
Thanks,
is
I
not a
hate it.
precursor artifact.
I hate it so much. I think Arden hates that too. I think they walk over to it feeling pretty confident that they're going to be able to get a read on it, and you just see their face and their expression get cloudier and cloudier until they just step back and say, well, whatever's about to happen is going to happen.
I don't know what's going to happen if we do this, but I sure as shit no, I don't want anybody else to have it.
That. Yeah, I agree with that. As much as I would love the paycheck, this would set us up for generations, really. Not that you're ever going to have kids.
I don't know about either of you two, but I wouldn't be here, wouldn't be standing here, even capable of making my own choices if it wasn't for Hector. I owe it to him.
Hector saved my life more than once. I owe it to him.
I don't know, I'm shit. I want to put the the pyramid thing in the device.
You plug it in. There's a burst of energy. Booker, you especially feel it as waves upon waves of echoes are released by this thing, and it unfolds, and you see a little bright light sort of hover up above from whatever's protruding this thing as it unfolds, and it begins to spin around you guys. And it spins again. And it continues to increase in velocity. The room gets brighter and brighter, and you can see a shadow across the table from you begin to manifest. It's as though this thing is one big quantum zoetrope. and you see more details begin to fade in. Booker and Harvey, you see behind Arden, a figure begins to fade in. One of them is Hector. His features become more clear to you as the light begins to spin faster than any of you can conceive. And Arden, the other one, is your friend, your attachment. Hector is standing there smiling at you guys. I knew you could do it. Listen, this thing can see other realities. Every death experienced moves you just a little to the left. However, it has one extra feature. Send a beacon through the galaxy. Collapse everything back in on itself. I'll be back. Everyone will be back. And we'll all be filthy, stinking rich, so whatever comes our way, whatever bad guys come looking for us, we can be more than ready.
What?
Booker slams a fist down on the table and points at Arden and says, I fucking knew it.
Hector, we're going to be right back with you. 1 second. Why didn't you just say that you were talking about his friend?
I mean, I wasn't 100% sure.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. So, fucking shut up. Yeah. That's the doctor.
We could get the whole crew back together.
The doctor?
The whole crew. Okay, hold on, Hector. Hey, now, question for you, because what's the get rich part? How do we get to that point? Because right now, we just have a little box that does a cool light show.
When I died, when I was shunted just a little bit to the left, I was able to find some gold. Some real old world gold. Every version of you that's ever existed collapsed back into one, and all the gold that I found and collected to this location, right in the palm of our hands.
So, like, right here?
Right here, right now.
Okay. How do we send out this beacon?
Is this One Piece? Are we doing a One Piece right now?
We're not doing
this is not a One Piece.
I've never even heard of One Piece. Well, why would you even ask me that?
I was wondering.
What's One Piece?
We're not doing a One Piece. How dare you?
A galaxy's fortune.
Right.
All you have to do is break the machine.
Oh. Well, okay, now hear me out. You two. We did say we didn't want anyone else to have.
Hector, what happens when we break the machine?
The echo stops abruptly enough for a galaxy-wide pulse. Every conceivable timeline that you could be shunted to collapsed right back in on itself.
Okay.
New, fresh start for the galaxy.
And everybody who's ever died comes back to life.
Comes back to life.
Everybody.
Feels problematic.
That feels like it is not going to go well. Also, is there something also about like every version of us getting just shoved into our bodies at the same time? Because I already share my body with another person, and that sounds crowded.
You don't exactly make it pleasant either.
I'm probably fucking evil in like most realities.
I mean, you're evil in this one, so...
That's the best part. When you die, it's like a whole fresh reality. You guys don't exist here. That's why it was so easy for me to get the gold together and to set this up.
Oh, so we were holding you back?
No, not at all.
I'm kidding, Hector. I'm kidding. Okay, so the people that are dead are gonna come back.
Right.
I mean, technically, Arden, if that's true, then your friend is going to have their own body again.
I mean, do you want your own body? We never talked about that. I could have, now that we're talking about this, I could have made you a body. That was an option.
That's not how this works. What he's saying is true. I got caught in the folds. I didn't make the
No.
proper transition.
I'm not ready to talk about I
Oh.
could make you a body, so let's just leave. Let's just table that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So listen. Are we going to do this or not?
What?
I mean, I like the money, but this just seems like it has the potential for so much catastrophe. I mean, if every person comes back, where are they all going to go?
Home. Doing this, and I've checked. Doing this will restore Earth. It will restore every habitable world. Every corporation is destroyed. All life gets shunted when it dies.
You could finally
Interesting.
go to North Carolina.
We could retire.
I'm going to shoot it with his gun.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make me a scrap roll. And you can add an extra die.
Listen, you said the thing. I have to. Okay. It's a 6.
You guys hear a pistol shot ring out. And you hear a crackling of electricity as the device is broken. Hector stops being a result of spinning light, and you see him physically manifest. And behind him, stacks upon stacks of gold bars. Arden, your friend, fills in his body and his form. And Booker, you feel a pulse extend far beyond anything you're normally able to sense. The galaxy is reset. Death is reset. And the corporations, how are they going to keep hold on everyone they've ever killed? How are they going to stop a galaxy-wide rebellion? The hegemony collapses. And I would like to go around the table and ask each and every one of you, what do you think happens to your character after this? Hector retires to North Carolina. He invites you all along, but it's not required. So, starting with Harvey. What do you do with your fortune?
I think I give a portion of it anonymously donated to my son. Making sure that his mother and himself are good. And I hope that he grows up, big and strong and able to do whatever it is he wants to do, even though I won't be around to see it. And while he will go visit Carolina, Harvey doesn't stay. He's got too much energy, really. can't be stuck in one place for too long. So he's gonna get himself a ship, one where he can do jobs whenever he's bored. And then he's just sort of living life out in space.
If I may, Q, I
Yeah.
think that Hector would offer you the key to the Raven's Edge after he's settled in and retired. It's gotten me out of a lot of scraps, Arv. It's got a lot of
Yeah.
life left in her.
And I'll make sure that she spreads her wings.
I know you will.
Oh, and I'm keeping the gun, by the way.
Also fine for you to keep that prized possession of mine. Arden, what happens to you?
I would actually like to have Booker go first.
By all means, Booker.
Yeah. Booker, with the fortune, all of the money, his portion of it anyway. I kind of need to flash back, I think, for this. Back to the room that he was locked into on Calamari for months while he deprogrammed from the hegemony's brainwashing and control, and to like one particular night where things were particularly bad, also near the end, and he was like kind of screaming and crying, having an episode, throwing himself against the walls, and Hector came in and like just grabbed him and until he like calmed down enough to eventually say through like sobs that were racking his entire body, I remember them. I remember all of them. Their names, their lives, everyone I killed. I don't think it was that night, but I think like the next day, Hector brought him a book, a physical book, very old, like an old journal, and told him to write down the names. And I think that was the last thing in the trunk, in his cabin, that he brought with him. And it's also where he took his name. And so, with all of the names that he has added, of the people that he has killed over the years, he splits all of the money that he got between everyone that he's ever, the families of everyone that he has ever killed, or whoever was left that he could find. And after he did that, he went back to his cabin, to his colony. And he put everything away back in that trunk.
Absolutely beautiful. Arden?
Arden has never really cared about the money. That is not why they do any of this. They like learning and finding new things and discovery and all of that. And so that is initially what they focus on. They travel around to planets that haven't existed in so long. They go to the places that they saw in movies. They spend at least a few months doing that. but they don't like solitude. They have gotten not only used to the crew, but used to their friend being there for as irritating as that presence could be. And so I think there does come a point where they find Booker. Maybe with the help of Mags. And I just imagine a moment where they're sitting, probably with some distance between them, like one end of a bench, other end of a bench. And Arden just says, I know you like the solitude, but I find that the solitude reaches a point where it gets lonely. And you can stay here, of course, if that's what you want, and you can be here alone if that's what you want. But if you ever want to, and they pause and acknowledge, I know I'm not good at not talking, but if you ever want to travel, if you ever want to see new places, you can always come back here to your home, but it would be nice to see a familiar face for me every so often.
I never said that I liked the solitude. Said that I liked the quiet. But I've had plenty of that. The universe is a whole lot bigger than it used to be. Wouldn't hurt to see some of it.
You have no idea. I mean, you've seen pictures of the Grand Canyon. Do you know what it's actually like when you're walking down it?
What I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about.
That was too much?
Hmm.
Would you like to see the Grand Canyon?
I don't know what that is, but yes.
And Arden just starts to pull up pictures of different places and tries not to say too much about each one. Just name it and let Booker absorb the vibes.
Of course. We'll need a ship.
Are we getting the crew back together?
I didn't say that.
Listen, I
Kind of
have
sounded like
Harvey
that's
on
what you
speed
said.
dial.
That just appears. Kind of sounds like that's what you said.
Listen, I'm just sequel baiting.
I actually really like to imagine that, Harvey, you actually were the one who brought Arden
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for
to
sure.
the planet. Because they don't have enough other friends who can fly a ship. So like Arden's just been waiting to not spring this on you.
And with that, bringing the crew back together for one last job. Not really a job, but you know, you get the vibe. We'll fade to black on this part of the story. Thank you all so much for joining me today. You have been a delightful cast. I said it in the session zero, and I'll say it again. Dream table of mine. Shame one of us couldn't be here, but you know, life comes at you fast, and we missed them. And you know, hypothetically, they could come back. You know,
Even if
I-
Booker was right and Mags died. They're alive now.
They're alive now.
It's true.
So, I'd like to give everyone a chance to go around, say who they are, where we can find them in the upcoming future. Obviously, there's going to be streams all day today. Lovely streams run by lovely people playing fun games for charity. Go donate, have a good time. Let's go ahead and start with Q up at the top.
Hi, I'm Q. You can find me on pretty much all socials at Midnight Inc. That's midnight_INQ. Q is my name. I'm sure you get it. I played Harvey Specter, and I had an incredible time being an absolute asshole to Booker. It was such a good time. You can find me here. I'm here several nights. So that's been pretty good. I will be here this coming up Tuesday, for class reunion. I'm doing a little guest spot on there. And then we have Redacted, right?
Not this week. That'll be on the 16th.
Got it. On the 16th. Yeah. And then what we do have is season 2 Secrets to Shadows. Yeah. Season of Secret Shadows 2 Electric Boogaloo. And then there are some things going on, coming up in the near future for Tales from the Table Studios. So just keep an eye out on that. Scheduling for the fall season has been an absolute nightmare, but we're getting there, gang. So that's it for you, boy.
Fall sucks.
Right,
Well,
it's my birthday season, so
feels a little harsh.
Like
It feels like just like a little bit harsh. Will
No,
say fall sucks. I don't.
I said what I said.
Alright,
wow.
well, yeah. I forgive you. We're gonna move on to JD.
All right. I remembered which button is which. Hi, I am JD. You can find me on socials at JD not Jason Dean. I played Arden in this. We had a normal one. It was fine. I think we can all agree, much like Raph always says, that I was the most normal character. So I'm winning. Don't give me that look, Will. I do a lot of things with Live from the Apocalypse. This coming week, I will be with Class Reunion on Tuesday playing Hunter, our ranger. I will be back. If you liked heists, come back for Never Ember's Enigma, which is premiering on Thursday. It is a D&D game. I am playing a changeling rogue named Riv, and we will be committing crimes, and it will be a very good time as we do this. I will then be back for a season of Secrets and Shadows on Friday, and stay tuned for a couple of Mondays where we are doing a season of Secrets and Shadows specials. 2 whole episodes where unhinged things are going to happen. And then last but not least for this week, I will be with JT again with them as my GM for Blades in the Dark for Recall Week over with Lost Caravan, where we are bringing back previous characters, in my case, a deceased character, to play games in alternate universes. So it will be a whole lot of fun, and I'm very excited for that. And I will also be back on next Sunday, for Academy H, but I will let Will say more about that.
Speaking of Will,
Whoa. Hi. Yeah, I could go through everything. I did not have anything to talk about for a long time, and now I have too many things to talk about. So that's familiar. That's a familiar feeling. Hi, my name is Will. I was Booker today, the Mystic Playbook. I am on, I guess, Instagram and Threads mostly. I've been using those, again, at AWillMScream, if you want to find any of that. God, so much stuff. What's today? Sunday. I'll be back in like an hour and 10 minutes to play in Headbox Hurry Home, the Monster of the Week game that our friend Julia is going to be running. You might see some familiar faces in that. They're not from this game. Depends on how much other LFTA stuff you watch. Tuesday, yes, class reunion is happening. Check it out if you want to. Wednesday, that means that Wednesday we will be recording another episode, in theory, of our Monster of the Week podcast, Cryptic Community College, live on the channel. You can check that out as well. It's a very good time. I play a Scottish person in that. So if you enjoyed me doing a bad Southern accent today, you can enjoy me doing a bad Scottish accent in that game. As Fletcher Bane the Chosen. What's up? Huh?
I said they're not. I was about to say they're not bad. They're not bad. You stop it.
Yeah, I was going to say, and I was also going to say, if we want to hear you do accents, well, we can hear you do so many accents in every single game. At TQ's point, they are all good.
I don't know about so many, like 3 or 4. That's what I got in the repertoire, and most of them are very similar. Anyway, other than that, yeah, on the 12th, Academy H, our award nominated Masks Actual Play podcast, is going to be back recording on our normal schedule.
I just dropped the link for the Audioverse Awards.
Thank you so much. We were nominated for an Audioverse Award. It's very cool. We're very flattered. If you want to help us out and go vote for us, please do so. The link is in the chat. We would super, super, super appreciate it. It's a huge honor. It'd be kind of incredible and amazing to win. Also, check out the other shows that are over there. Some of my favorites are also nominated. It's insane that we're in the same nomination category with some of these shows. It's wild. Speaking of Academy H, a new episode dropped 54 minutes ago. So you can go and listen to that if you want. It's the end of an arc with our friend Corey guest starring. It's literally just action. It's like 45 to 50 minutes of just stuff happening. So you can check that out as well. And that week is going to be a big week for Masks in general, because that Wednesday, which is the 15th, is going to be the premiere of our Academy H sideshow series that we're calling Horizons and Halcyons. It's exploring the multiverse of our Academy H setting, and it's going to be taking place in a dark mirror reality where things are very, very bad. All of the players are going to be patients at an institution. Yeah, I would highly recommend coming back to check that out on Wednesday. The cast is amazing. The characters are amazing. The story is going to be amazing. I think that's everything. I hope that's everything. If I'm forgetting anything, I apologize. But yeah, that's it for me. That's what I got.
Yeah, no, I think you got everything. I think the only thing you didn't get was Cold Iron, but I think you'll have plenty of time to plug that before that comes up.
True.
You can get it on the next game.
Yeah, I'll just mention Cold Iron at the end
just
of
Cold Iron.
30 minutes.
Nothing
Yeah.
else. And JT.
Wow. I have a big week ahead of me. I'm JT. I was the game master tonight, and again, thank you all so much for letting me run this game. It was a lot of fun. I adore you all so much. Okay. This week, through every volition of my own, I have somehow talked Hoop and the Lost Caravan into running a charity week that we're calling Recall Week. As JD mentioned, it is a sort of rewind to all of our old characters that we haven't seen in a while and we would like to play again and give a second chance. So, theme of the week is a big shuffle around. You will see my face 4 times this week, I think, on Lost Caravan. Starting tomorrow on Monday is Paradox Perfect, run by Tay. On Tuesday is going to be Lancer, run by Hoop. On Saturday, I'm running Blades in the Dark, as JD mentioned. And then on Saturday evening, I'm playing in Fabula Ultima with Hooper running that as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. Everybody's so excited to bring back their characters. On Friday, you can find me also in a season of Secrets and Shadows. And then I think on them, you already mentioned it, the Monday, the special episode. It's come watch that. It's going to be a good time. Lots of Rammies involved. And then eventually you can find me on the Lost Caravan YouTube with a Mech Finder straight to YouTube series that we're recording and producing right now. It's going to be a lot of fun as well. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. Have a good day.
And thank you, JT, for running this. This was incredible. This was so much fun at a table with so many of my favorite people. All right, we are going to let a number of us take a break before the next stream that they will be hopping on, because this has been a wild weekend. If you did not know, this is our fourth game in a day and a few hours, so we're going to be continuing with games all the way until 11 p.m. tonight. So continue to check us out, donate for Extra Life, and we are going to raid Girls Run These Worlds. So hang on for that and come back at 1 o'clock. And I think with that, everyone, I can't say good night. I'm so used to saying say good night. Whatever you decide as we go to our thanks for watching screen.
Whatever you decide as we go to our thanks for watching screen.
You're a monster.
What he said.
What he said.
Bye.